Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Sorry, I had to push the live back, yeah. I was over there listening to Sean live. She had a great live breaking the documents down. But that's what I was doing. I didn't want to push it back no further because I got sleepy and everything, child. So I didn't want to push the live back. Hey Auntie Lynn. Hey Robert. Hey Rebecca. How y'all doing on this Friday night? I am so glad it is Friday, honey. Baby, I got my little days, all my little weekends tomorrow and on Sunday. Yes. So hold on here, y'all. Y'all know I gotta get in my little comfort zone. Yeah. So how was everybody Friday? My Friday was good. I took a great nap. It wasn't too hot here today. That was a blessing. Hey, Pammy Pooh, what's going on here? It is Friday. I won't be back until Monday. So how you great people doing? Yep, I had a nice nap. I hope everybody had a good day. Pammy Pooh, how you feeling, boo? Are you feeling better? Yeah, I was over there listening to Sean break down the I guess the documents of the court thing. Ooh, them people in that chat, they crazy. Baby. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so I guess, I don't know. I guess they all going crazy, child, because they think the truth didn't get the baby for Father's Day. Which I don't think he did. But how do they know? And see, they said Brianna posted it that he didn't get the baby for Father's Day. That's a fucking problem. She bring everything to fucking social media, her little narcissist ass. She bring everything to fucking social media. Like, damn, girl, why does social media got to know everything, whether he got the baby or not? You know what? And maybe, you know, he already had that plan to go to Rick Ross Day for Father's Day. And maybe he had already talked it out with her. But you know the narcissist she is, she still gotta make him look bad by posting it and saying he didn't get the baby for Father's Day. Yeah, I'm sick of them too. I've been sick of them. Hey Lisa, I'll be getting some more people in the chat saying soon too. But yeah, she gonna always make Robert look bad. Always. She's gonna always make Robert look bad, no matter what. I don't give a damn. Her and Robert can have a conversation behind the scenes and it go well. And she's still gonna post him. She's just such a fucking narcissist. I know Robert what she probably never, ever, ever met her. Because a baby mother that evil like she is, they will make you feel that way. Like, damn, I wish y'all never met this bitch. Hey, Brooklyn Hood, how are you? Because you feel that way when you meet a narcissist, especially when you have a child together with them. You like, why? Hold on, y'all. I got this. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this down. I don't know how. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to take this down. How did I get two up here? Okay. How did I go on mute? Okay. I think I took it down. Miss Amber, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are your son feeling? And Pammy Pooh, are you feeling okay? Because I know the day you told me you wasn't feeling good. Let me see who not. Oh Lord. Every time I go live, I'll be getting oh my God. I know I got to read. Oh Lord. Okay. Y'all know I had to read. Hey Rebecca. I just think Brianna just wants, she just want to do Robert dirty. She don't really care about what she do. She want to make him look bad, and it's sad that some of them goddamn people really believe everything she say. Everything she say, and they talking about something. We crazy. We believe everything Robert say. No, I don't believe everything nobody say. I got my own judgment, how I view things, how I look at things, and I just don't believe everything nobody motherfucking say. Really, I don't give a fuck who it is. I listen to you don't mean I believe you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about this situation. But like I said again, maybe Robert had already had that Rick Ross thing planned. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he, told her about it. He had the plan, and maybe, he told her, I can't get the baby. Is it okay? Because I already had this plan. But what they say when she lied up to Robert and told Robert that she was going out of town and take all the kids out of town, and come to find out she didn't take none of the kids out of town for her birthday. She left all the kids that were booty boy. But ain't nobody talking about that. Ain't nobody talking about that. I guess they don't want to. They talking about some, oh, y'all is so far up Robert ass. I ain't far up nobody motherfucking ass. I think they too far. Robert at me up at Brianna ass. That's what it is. Brianna is another form of her dad. And that lady that went to Miss Season home, I hope they catch her. I hope they catch her. She deserved to be in jail. I hope they catch that lady because she was wrong. And right now, with all this stuff going on, with Robert and Bree and all this stuff right now, and even if it ain't going on with them, you cannot just pull up at somebody's house and stand on somebody's motherfucking porch. Now, what she should have did, you know what I'm saying? If she came there for a good cause, which we know she didn't come for a good cause, she should have rung the bell or left a note. I'm such and such. I was looking for such and such. With the wrong house or whatever the situation may be. But you went to this lady's house, rung her bell, and from what I'm getting, she was in the lady house, y'all. Hey, Auntie Hudson, how are you? Yo, I never seen no shit like that in my life, Pammy Pooh. I never seen no shit like that in my life. And I had to keep looking at this lady like, is this lady serious? What's up, Kimberly Boo? You just getting off work? Or you been home and you relaxing? Um, Kimberly, did you see that video? That this lady came to Miss Season's home unannounced. She probably wants to put her hands on Miss Season. I was thinking that too. And I was thinking it, and I said, you know what, God do everything for a reason. God makes no mistakes. And I thank God Miss Season was not home because you don't know how that could have turned out. Yes, an hour ago I just got in. Oh, okay. Because I had posted on my page too the video. What D? I thought she was just on the porch, not inside the house. Well, from what I read, from what I got in my inbox, they said that Miss Season said she was inside the house for like 11 minutes. Now how she got in the house, I don't know. I don't know. That's crazy. Now she's getting a charge. Those people are slow. Yeah, because trust me, somebody gonna find that bitch. Okay. Somebody gonna post her and somebody gonna know her. Cause I think Miss Season live in Georgia, right? So, somebody gonna know her. If everybody share that shit, if everybody if everybody share that on their Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and keep sharing it, somebody gonna know who that lady is. And I hope she was not sent to that lady house because of all this shit that's going on. Because and she was, I'm looking at her, I'm like, she just standing there looking down at her phone and the camera is right on her. I'm going to share that picture on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, that would be good to help her out. What D? Wow, crazy. Those people just yeah, everybody just share it. I'm gonna share it on my Instagram. I already put it on my Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, YouTube. I did a video with it. So, and I hashtag Miss Season. So, if anybody look at it and they know her, I told them how they can hit her up and you know, give her the information. I will be looking for her in my city. I live in Georgia too. Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. You sure do. Yeah, you don't go to nobody's house like that. That's something you should never do. You should never go to nobody's motherfucking house. If you got a beef with somebody, I don't give a damn. You should not go to their house because if you go to somebody's house, you are looking for everything you get. Like, what was your purpose of coming to that lady's house? Because Miss Season clearly doesn't know her. Hold on, y'all. She clearly doesn't know this lady. And I can guarantee you, and I'm just saying, it's probably somebody that doesn't like Robert and knows that, him and Miss Season are friends. Be careful when looking for people in Atlanta. Hey, Brittany, I ain't looking for nobody no goddamn way. I don't give a damn where they live at. Shit, these people crazy out here. These people ain't playing. They not playing. Miss Season don't bother nobody. No. You know what can happen on people on private property? You better say it, and I already know what you're talking about. I could see if she was invited at Miss Season house. Yeah, exactly. I can see that too. God damn. But you came there like she invited your ass for fucking dinner. And she did not. And she did not. And I see Miss Season called the police and everything. Everybody got cameras in the house. Even if people live in complexes, people still have cameras in their house. Because sometimes most complexes they have cameras around the complex. But see, people still have cameras in their home. People live in buildings may have still got cameras in their apartments. You just don't know. Yeah, she was there for 11 minutes. Now, from what I heard, she was in the house for 11 minutes. So I don't know. I'm just saying what I heard. But I did see pictures of her standing outside of Miss Season on Miss Season porch. I seen that. Yeah. I'm just praying that this have nothing to do with, anyone that has been involved in this saga. Because if it is, it may not look good for them in court. I mean, you can actually tell how long she was standing there because Miss Season put this stamp mark there because it tells you like if you got a camera, you know. Because like I have cameras all in my house, so I know. It gives you the time they entered and the time they exit. So you put it together. I'm not really Brittany. I'm not looking for her, but someone will recognize her. Yeah, they will. They will. If everybody share that, like other bloggers and stuff share that, yeah. She said I carry two firearms. I know that's right, boo. Yeah, that's what I saw too. The lady was on the porch. I didn't see anything inside, but that's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see inside, but I was told that Miss Season said she was inside the house for 11 minutes. So I don't know if Miss Season wanted to post inside of the house. I'm just saying because I don't know. That was just was told to me. But when I came across her page, I seen the lady on the porch. Yeah, I seen on the porch. So we'll just see how that go. And um, ooh, it's crazy. I'm just praying that none of this, I'm praying that that lady, was not sent to this lady house. You know what I'm saying? Due to this saga situation. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, you know, everything got to be a suspect right now because it was just too much going on and still stuff going on right now. And, um, her and Robert is friends, you know. I mean, and special if you never had nobody come in your house unannounced like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not a person that have company. You know what I'm saying? No one don't come in your house like that. A female, male. So yes, you're going to find that a little suspicious. Like, who is this person? I don't know this person. And then people so stupid, they don't know. Like, when you got cameras in your house. Hey, Angie. Hello, Queen. How are you? Like, you don't know. Like, I'll tell everybody, if you ain't got cameras, please get cameras in your house. Everybody, please, if you don't own your house, your home, you don't have to get them on the front porch because you don't own your home. So, especially if it's like a 2, 3 family house, you will have to ask the landlord, could you put cameras on the outside of the house? But please get them inside of your house. Those people are nuts. The lady needs to go to jail. The police will find her. Oh yeah, they'll definitely find her. Yeah. I have Ring cameras. I do too. I have Ring cameras too. Everyone should have cameras, especially if you got children in your home. Shit. I'm good, Angie. I'm good. Yeah. I can see. See, I don't own where I live at. So I didn't put cameras out in front of the house. So what I did, I bought my own Ring camera and my son put it up in the living room so it can face down outside. I can see everything outside. That's how my son did mine because I don't own the property. So he hooked mine up as though it's sitting in the window, up on the window. He drilled it up, and I can still see everything around where I live at of my house. And it's still connected to my phone. When I'm not home, I can see who's going in and off my porch. I can see all of that. Then I have another camera. That's in my dining area. And I can see everybody that comes through that door, go out that door. I can see anybody come in my house, go in my kitchen, because that's how I got it set. Then I have another one in my hallway. So you'll never get out of my house without me seeing you. That's my point. Yeah. I mean, some people don't like, you know, like ADT and all that. I mean, most of the people now, everybody is using ring cameras. Everybody is using ring cameras. So, it all depends on how you have them set up. I can even, while I'm out, like, if someone come into my home, I can even listen to the conversation. I can hear everything going on in my house. Everything. I had someone ring my doorbell late at night after 3 a.m. I got the same 1D and out inside Ring cameras. So that's when I got up. Yes, because you know what? If my camera keep going off for the outside, I will get up. Because each movement of those cameras is going to alert you that someone is there. It's going to alert you. Yeah, they definitely will alert you. So cameras are good to have. I mean, it's for your own family safety, and then especially like I said, if you got children and you're a single mom and you live alone, or you married or something, and your husband, he's not there. So many times he's working, or both y'all working, and you have the children there. It's good to see what's going on in the house with your children. Not only to be nosy, but just to make sure your children are safe. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're just good to have. My sister got them all around her house. Oh yeah, mine connected to my phone. I think all of them connected now to your phone. Yeah, everybody get cameras now. It's connected to the phone. Cause my daughter's there's connected too. Yeah, it's just something to have. It's just something to have. So she just played a dangerous game by going to somebody's house, and I'm quite sure you don't know the lady. You stand on her goddamn porch like you crazy. Then you looking in your phone, and then by looking in your phone, you make shit look suspicious. Like, yes, it is. Mine is too. Yeah, yeah. Because for the Ring cameras, you don't pay a lot a month for those. Not at all. So we just gotta see how that story turns out once you know more about it. You know what I'm saying? Because whoever this lady was, she gonna tell it. Oh, I went because they're gonna ask her when they interview. Well, what do you go to this lady's house for? Do you know her? And her answer probably gonna be no. Well, what was your purpose there? Oh, well, she may lie. Oh, I went to the wrong house. I was looking for such and such and such. What's going on? So, you know, I just
Hey
thank
D,
God. What's going on, Deanne?
I can't call it, girl. I can't call it. How you doing? What's going on with it?
Deanne, I can't call it. I can't call it neither. But I'm gonna say that was a good live she did. I was over there in that live, and that shit made sense.
She broke that down. Sean, hey, shout out to Sean, Vibe with Sean. You know, she broke that. She broke that live all the way down. I mean, she broke them documents all the way down. And live was really, really good, unbiased. She did not
Fact.
favor anyone as far as reading the facts from a divorce decree, and I think she did a wonderful job. Hello, everybody
Yes.
in Miss D's chat. Hey, everybody in Royal D's chat. I love you. I miss you. D Ham is back. You know what it is. What's going on?
But Deanne, let me ask you a question. Remember
Uh
when
huh.
when somebody was in the chat and they was like, "Well, he didn't get the baby for Father's Day,
Right.
right?" So
Right.
they quick to gonna say stuff like that because they don't like Robert. We knows that, right?
Right.
So
Right.
and we know Brianna is a narcissistic woman. We know she's evil too, right?
Right.
So
Facts.
I was thinking maybe he did have a conversation with Brianna and say, Brianna, I already had this plan for the Rick Ross, Father's Day
Right.
event. Could I change up the visitation? Now, as sick as she is and a narcissist, she probably said, okay, yeah, go ahead. But then she
Yeah.
got behind the man back and posted, oh, he didn't come and get his baby for Father's Day to make this man look bad.
Right. Of course. Of course. And I think both of them share the blame for a lot that's happening. And I think you're 100% correct. I think what you just explained was exactly the case. But where Robert's coming in short is he has too much faith and belief in Brianna that she's going to do right by him. She's not going to
Right.
do right by him. She's looking for any reason to throw him under the bus. So what that means, he has to play it by the rules. So if he's not playing it completely by the rules, she's going to drag him. She's known to
Yes.
do it, and she's
Yes.
known to blast him and throw him under the bus. But this is sad because for her to be this bitter and this angry, I never seen a mother deny the child's father access for whatever reason, and make him pay like you're penalizing him for not being holding to a weekend or whatever have you. So it's
Right.
sad that this woman conducts herself in this manner and is being praised by a lot of foolish women. That's what I believe.
Right. I agree with you, Deanne, and I agree because I definitely do believe that. And you know what I believe, Deanne? Did you hear when Sean said, and I heard this before Sean spoke on it too, when she went out for her birthday and she lied and told Robert that she was taking all the kids away out of town for her birthday. But come to
Uh,
find out, she didn't take none of those kids with her on her birthday. She
right,
left those kids with the abuser John Boy. But
right.
ain't nobody talking about that.
She's definitely manipulative, and she's back at it. You know, that is another um play in her playbook that Robert is falling like the way the documents were read today lets you see that both of them uh have to communicate with one another, and also give each other enough heads up and respect to be upfront about the child, and making state what the court was trying to do was allow these two grown people the opportunity not to be treated like kids. So they gave them leeway. They gave them options to be able to co-parent based on their schedules, based on how well they're able to get along and do what's best for the child. And also um, understand that each one is trying to make a living. So they didn't want to just trap them into an agreement. So what they wanted to do was make certain that they had the leeway and options that were available to them to do what's best for the child. But Brianna is going to constantly manipulate the situation and exercise her ability to penalize and make him feel like he's coming up short when it comes to the child. And that's what she's doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Hello,
definitely agree with
hello,
you.
beautiful people in the chat. Hello, everybody in the chat. We want y'all to share this live and let them know that D Ham is over here with Miss D. Um, we getting it cooking. It's a lot to discuss. I think it's a lot to break down. Let me say this, Miss
Yeah.
D.
And,
Let me
and
say
you
this.
know what, Deanne?
Yo, oh, go ahead.
I was thinking, a lot of things that I was thinking I never want to discuss on my platform because I wasn't sure of situations. And I'm a type of person I don't like to bring out nothing if I don't really understand the fact what's really going on. But
Right.
that day that I was sitting Dawn live and I listened to Dawn live when she was playing those recordings of Brianna's sister, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So what I get from that Brianna's father favored her the most
Yeah.
and not the other children and the other grandchildren because Brianna is a narcissist, okay, and maybe
Yeah.
those other siblings doesn't know that, okay,
Correct.
so
Correct.
that's why the kids is the way they're going to be after a while because she's going to draw those kids to be similar just like her. And a
Correct.
lot of people be like, oh, no, 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 no. Listen, you got to speak facts all the way around the board. Okay.
Correct.
Kids don't because just like Brianna didn't become a narcissist just like that. She got that from her dad.
Yeah. Yeah. And for the record, it seems as if um from what I'm hearing is there is some abuse there with when it came to what maybe something that he may have done to her as a child. And I'm gonna say that allegedly, because I don't know for a fact, but if he's done something to her, oftentimes that doesn't make the child fearful to the point where they don't want the love from their father, right? Or the love
Uh-huh.
from their mother. If they went through some type of abuse, and I think she still yearns for her father love, but he doesn't know how to be a parent because of probably he of the guilt that he's suffered through whatever he probably done. So if he's done something to this young lady, he's not be he it seemed like he lost his right to be a father figure. He's just he's just along for the ride now, and
Right.
she utilized him for whatever she needs.
Mm-hmm. And that's and I also believe that he came into Brianna's life to break her marriage up with Robert. But see, Robert was always, and it's sad because I can see from my own eyes, Robert really loved her father as a father-in-law. Okay, Robert had big respect for that man. You know,
I don't know if he intentionally came into that situation with Brianna to do that. I think what you're probably alluding to, that they both have narcissistic traits
traits.
in situations, and by him being so close to her marriage, it probably affected it. But but I think he
Okay.
has his own set of issues. You understand what I'm saying? And and from my understanding, I heard that he's a liar. You heard Brianna on one tape um crying over the fact that her father lied to her about Robert wanting to do away with his child and her, off them some type of way. So you realize that the man is a pathological liar. He just makes stuff up. So he has his own set of issues.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that that father shouldn't be nowhere near his daughter's marriage, let alone her boyfriends and stuff like that. He should be a father, and um he should be a phone call away type of thing. But living in the
There you go,
house,
D Ham. There you go, D Ham.
living in the house and living in the basement, that's problematic.
Yes, there you go. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So of course Robert's going to love her father, and because his a man when a man loves a love or want to be in some type of connection with a woman, he want to love everything she loves. So it's only right for Robert to want to establish a good relationship with her father, and a good relationship with her people. But Brianna has so many things she's running from. She doesn't address anything. I don't know how long people even stay around her that long. She switch up her friends overnight, because she has to be the star, and things of that nature. And she doesn't value them. She only utilizes them. So
That's right.
when you're doing things like that, it makes it hard for a man to stay there and kind of understand it. Like, so he's trying, like Latruth is trying to hold on to what's only, when you got people that come that genuinely is there for them for the right reason, like her father. He has every reason to try to embrace that for her so that she won't have nothing. So he want her to have something, and I think that's what he was trying to do.
Right. Right.
Let me know if I'm
And,
breaking up. If,
and you right, DM. She don't have no friends. Every friend she get, they're gone. No one
yeah,
stay in her life long. Nobody.
yeah.
And people think that is cool to be like that. No, no,
Well, all of
it's
them leave
not.
with this you.
Go ahead.
They felt, yeah. All of them have the same. testimony. After dealing with her, they feel used by her. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good.
Okay. Yeah. So none of them have a different story. So everyone that leaves her feel used or feel like she's being um she's throwing her weight around. She's
Mm-hmm.
throwing her weight around when it comes to her money, her financial status, and things of that nature. So she used them until she don't have no more need for them. That's what happened.
Exactly. Exactly, Dham. That's exactly what narcissists do. That's exactly when
Mhm.
they get finished with you, they throw you away. Even if they tell you to do shit and you don't want to do it no more, they'll throw your ass away. They done with you.
Right, right. Absolutely, Brittany. A father should be a phone call away, not within the situation. He shouldn't have been right downstairs. She running downstairs talking about, Dad, look what happened to my finger. No, 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 no. A father living in your situation where you can go to him like a little 4 or 5 year old. There's a problem there. There's a problem. I don't want
Yes.
to be as much as I love my kids and love my daughters. I wouldn't want to be in their house, and while they're arguing and fighting, I'm there to be the in between, because you already know what side I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take my daughter over the Negro she with. You know what I'm saying? So no,
Yeah.
I don't need to be that close. I only need to be a phone call away where I can advise my daughter, where I can give her wisdom and insight, but not to be in her relationship. That's two different things.
Facts. I agree. Facts. Yeah. Yeah,
What we
that's too
seeing,
much right there.
what we seeing playing out is a woman who is scorned. She's very bitter, and she's using the child as a weapon. She's have always used the child as a weapon. She's
Yep.
weaponized the child against this man. But that don't
Yep.
take away LaTruth's responsibility. LaTruth has to dedicate himself to stick completely by the rules, because anything outside of that, he's dealing with a bitter baby mama.
That's
So
right.
you have to stick by the rules. You can't play nothing outside those rules thinking that you and Brianna are going to eventually see eye to eye on some things, because she's known to be one way on the phone with you and then another one way on social media, and sharing her text threads and doing this and doing that. So why trust it when you got the courts that gave you a strict schedule? Stick by the schedule. That's how you have
Right.
to deal with Brianna. You don't go over there for no other reason but stick by the schedule.
But you know what, DM, and I had said this months ago, if you can remember, right? I said
Uh huh.
Robert may not think he need counseling, but Robert needs counseling to know how to deal with this narcissistic woman, meaning what to
Facts.
say, what not to say, how to move with her. When she texts him, should I respond to this? Should I not respond to this? He needs this. He think he does not need this, but Robert needs this. I don't give a damn what nobody say, because Robert knows that she's a sick individual. He knows that, but he don't know how to deal with her. So until he can put in his head and say, yes, I'm going to go and get counseling for this because I need to know how to deal with this woman. Robert is going to have these same issues until that baby is 18 and he no longer have
Yes.
to deal with Brianna no more.
Yes, and that's the sad part. This child did not deserve um this situation to be, in the middle of a tug of war, in a war zone with the mother's pain. I think it's sad that we are at this point where we're reading divorce decrees. Shout out to Sean, Fight with Sean, who rebutted Amora's live in a way that Amora read that allowed the decree to be spent, versus a real legal mind, a real legal um, professional to give you some some the terminology and the legal language that we can make sense of these divorce decrees and these documents. And I thank her so much for breaking it down, taking her time to review it. That took time to make sure that she was very accurate and very deliberate with her reading. Vibe with Sean. If y'all have not saw her live today, please y'all go subscribe and watch. It's called Vibe with Sean. She did a wonderful job breaking it down unbiasedly, because you have to be fair and understand that just because there's a divorce decree and divorce documents, you can't read it to where it's one-sided, like a man got taken advantage of or got the best, she got the best of him in court, where it actually reads that this woman, Brianna, literally went on a campaign spree to prove she's been abused, only now to understand that she was seeking alimony, and in order to get her alimony, she needed to make the case that she's been abused. So she was using everybody in social media world for her. She was using you and playing on your intelligence based on the fact that she wanted something out of this divorce.
Right.
Now, when I first came into the saga and I was watching some of her lives, she was actually posting this man's financial records.
Yes.
Okay, so if she's posting his financial records, and then Robert would go live and say, "Hey, you got the records. Give them what you got because you got it." Now I want y'all to understand this, because I'll probably be repeating this part that I gather from what Sean put out here, is that Brianna would go and file a motion to compel documents that she already had. Now, when two people are married, you should understand this. Some of you women have been married or already married. When you're filing for your taxes and stuff of that nature, oftentimes it's a trust thing between you and your mate and your spouse, where most of the time the woman will file it in the home and keep up with all of the important documents. And so if they file in joint or separate, no matter what it is, the wife would normally hold on to those documents and keep them safe. What Brianna did
Right.
was went on live, proved she had it, posted his financial records, but then went to court and put a motion in with her attorney, like, yo, he needs to prove that he needs to show proof of income. Well, you got it already, and now you're playing this game in the courtroom.
Right.
This is sick. This is just sick.
And then the funny thing about it, Deanne, she gonna sit there and ask for fucking alimony. Girl, you was only married 6 months.
Sure enough.
And alimony
Sure
for
enough, D.
what? You
Sure
was only
enough, D.
married 6 months, and you gotta be married 10 years and better, because that's the law here in Jersey. You have to be married 10 years and better. So Sean did not lie about that. And then if it's not 10 years here in Jersey, you have to show proof that you was abused throughout this relationship.
That's 100% facts.
And she did not show, she ain't got no proof.
Yet she had no proof. That's why she went to precinct to precinct looking for a police officer to file what would you call it?
Oh,
A
to take
police
charges
report.
out, to take
She
charges out
wanted a police
on Robert.
report. She wanted a police report filed so that she can have proper documentation that she was abused. So she went around from precinct to precinct, and they all was turning her away. And this is why she went as hard as she went in the media to prove that she's been beaten before or harmed by Robert and dragged and all of this stuff she mentioned. And come to find out, she needed documentation for the courtroom in order for them to admit to some admissions that she's been abused, and so that therefore she's entitled to alimony. So that's what she did. And it's sad that after all that time, now she knew that she wasn't going to get the alimony, that they was going to have to finally agree on just what they needed to agree upon, what was best for the child, that she's gotten caught red-handed talking to Toya, saying that he did none of these things that she's went on his campaign trying to say that he did to her. And she admitted out of her own mouth, this man never put his hands on her. It was only the tote situation. In the tote situation, she raised her hand up to block the tote and probably nicked and hurt her finger. But Robert put the tote up to block her from kicking him. That's not an abuser.
Right. Right. And she knows that. But see, Robert, he got the upper hand right now. Now, if he feel like he wants to take it back to court and say, listen, I'm not getting my daughter the way I should get my daughter.
Correct.
He has the right to do that now.
And I think that everybody in social media should stay completely out of that part, because that is strictly between him and Brianna. Somebody was in the chat trying to figure out, well, why didn't he get him for Father's Day? Well, why he didn't get him on this day? Why he supposed to get him 2 weeks? Why he ain't showed up? That's between him and Brianna. That is right. That ain't for us to follow these people that close to find out what day did he
I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, that ain't our job. I think we gotta allow this people to be human and grown. I think Brianna needs to get her business off this social media and get them and some of these messy women out of her business. That's what I believe.
Yes. And again, Robert got to understand what type of woman this lady is. Correct. Like, this lady is evil. Yeah, and even though she's pregnant, she's still trying to come at this man fucked up.
Correct. And because she hasn't let go, she hasn't healed, and she's and I think what we saw was she never really wanted to divorce this man.
Yes.
She didn't want the divorce, y'all. She wanted to hold it up. She wanted to fight him. She wanted to make him feel bad. And then if she couldn't have him, she ain't want nobody to have him. So she wanted to destroy his brand. And that's the mission she's been on.
I definitely believe that. Mm-hmm.
That's the mission this woman is on. Destroying his brand. And she don't care who she got to use to help her do it.
And that's sad, Dehan.
It's very sad.
That's sad.
Yep. This woman is completely hurt. And so she's even willing to have a baby by the actual man that's beating her and cheating on her and dogging her. This is the man she want to have a kid by. And just to spite the ex-husband, which is Robert. And it's sad that she's in this state of mind. It's very sad.
Right. Yep. And again, Robert gonna keep dealing with this until he can understand that this is a sick ass woman, and she's gonna continue to. And trust me, Booty Boy loved all of this. He loves this. I even watched his live. I don't know if you watched it, Dham, when he sat there and put that baby on live and knew he did not supposed to have had that baby on live. He did that to antagonate Robert because he knew Robert supposed to have had that baby when Brianna was out of town. And Brianna lied to Robert and told Robert she was taking those kids out of town.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I'm hearing about it now. And that's crazy that, and seeing, I think that's why Amore and everybody's now saying,
the link is dropped, Denny.
I think that's why they're saying that Amore and I'm saying that literally they're both in violation of the court order or the decree, because they know what Brianna had allowed Jonelle to do with the child, so they can't probably deny that. So I think if he did that, that is sad, because what they want to do is they want to always be able to point out what Robert don't do, and they want to
Yes.
always bringing Brianna into question. But because what Jonelle did with that child, they can't dismiss it. So that kind of hurt them for trying to make it look like, oh, Robert's the only one violating the decree. But now we see. But if you look at what Roberts is doing from what Sean just read, he's not in violation of the decree. He's
Right.
simply the rules or the things that they gave them to do as far as uh the dates and stuff that they gave him was for his protection if they can come to an acclimable agreement or something that they can both uh mutually agree upon. At times it is not etched in stone that, oh, if he don't get the baby the first 2 weeks, then he's out of he's he's in violation. That's not the case. So what she read was that they have opportunity and leeway to both mutually agree and modify or adjust their schedules to what's best for with their schedules and the child. But what Brianna is doing is she's putting out this image and picture that he's in violation based on the actual dates that's on the decree. But I'm willing to understand it in this way, y'all, is that he's not in violation. But the problem is he he's giving her opportunity to present it as that. And the other thing he's doing is that he's not and I lost my thought. But what he's doing is he's trusting her too much.
Yes.
You can't trust no narc to play by your rules or agreements that you think is going to be there for you. So that means you got to play by the rule. You got to go by the court decision to say, hey, she's not going to work with you. And with people within their right mind, they would. But this particular woman is not going to work with you. So knowing that, you got to now uh switch up how you're handling your business with her. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
so I think Robert he's gonna have to switch some things up. He can't
Yeah.
just simply think he's gonna get his daughter. And another thing that she did was uh she kept the child. What she said? She kept the child away from the dad and said, penalized him in a way to say you missed this
Yeah.
day, you missed that day. So yeah, he can't trust that. I mean, you can't.
Because every time when she get upset with Robert, I'm gonna tell you, and everybody knows well, they should know this. Only the slow people won't. She's going to do this to Robert, but then when she's do it, she's going to come on her public platform and make posts and say, "Look, he didn't get his child today." And these people is going to take that and run with it, not knowing
Mm-hmm.
the true fact of what's really going on behind the scenes. Because we
Right.
don't know what Robert and Brianna talk about. We don't know that. So what I would say to Robert, you need to go, if this continues to keep going on, you need to go back to that courthouse. That's what I would say. What's up, Denise?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey D Ham. Um, I tell you, I didn't see everything with the divorce decree thing and all of that, but I just wanted to comment on the thing with the visitation and she not letting him see the child or whatever. I haven't really been following it too close to know like exactly all about that. But as far as that is concerned, it shouldn't be any. arguments or anything about that because he has a court order. And in the state of Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, in the state of Georgia, police are allowed to enforce a visitation order. If it's spelled out in the order, they are allowed, as long as it's in the order, they are allowed to enforce it. So my only issue with this is, and you guys know I was passionate about him seeing that child. I'm not this side, I'm not that side, because I'm gonna call both sides out when I see um a bunch of playing back and forth. And I've called them out, right? And I see it. And the reason why I say I'm seeing it now is because I'm not going to be, if I got a court order saying I'm supposed to get my child at A, at this A point, at this B time, and you don't bring me my child, I'm not going to be on live, right? And say, and feel, and express that, I'm sad that I didn't get my child. I'm going to take that court order. I'm going to call the police. I don't care where you at. I'm going to call the police. I'm going to let the police know, hey, here's my order. I'm going to try to enforce getting my child, because in the state of Georgia, police can enforce that. They can go with you and get your child if you have that court order. Now, if that didn't work out, somehow you couldn't get your child, that next day, if the court was closed that next day, I'm taking my happy behind down to that court and I'm going to file contempt. There is no fee to file contempt charges. I'm going to file contempt to say you're not obeying a court order. Because if you don't do that, then I'm going to be suspect that you're playing, that you want to play this game with her, because you don't have to play this game when you have a court order. That's the bottom line. You do not have to play the game. I have a husband that went through this. He got a court order. She tried it after the court order, which Brianna, she's going to try it because she just is just a bitter individual. I've always said that. That's not going to change by divorce. That's not going to change by a court order. But what he has is a legal document that she has to obey by. And if she's not obeying by any of the terms in the court order, he can go to court. So what's the argument about? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It should not, he needs to go do it. It's just as simple as that. Like, show her that you are not playing. If not, then you're showing us that you are playing. And that's why some people are saying what they're saying. That's the only thing I say. He can't, for people to say, oh, it's wrong. Yes, it's wrong. But he knows that she's like this. Think about it, guys. If we want to go back, let's go back. Remember, Robert said that he had ties with Fathers United. Let's go all the way back in North Carolina. If he had ties with these folks, because I know these folks, I know that he's been told all of this. I know that he knows that a court order is a holy grail to a man fighting a bitter woman. So why isn't he using this? That's my only concern. What, use this, Robert. She cannot dictate anything with your child. The judge already dictated it in the terms that y'all agreed with. So use it. You really don't have to argue with her about nothing. You don't have to come on social media and say nothing. I saw one time when he said, he felt bad about people knowing, when he gets his child, they know his whole order and all of that stuff. That is sad. But at the end
Yeah,
of the day,
that's sad, and I definitely agree with him.
yeah,
It's like
that's
to
sad.
me, he's feeling like he have no privacy because his
Right.
whole life done got put out here on social media. Even
Yeah.
in the baby mother, okay, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be so bad if she wasn't helping the situation, but she's helping the situation.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
and it is sad that he has, I feel for him. But how much can you keep feeling for somebody that's not doing what they can do?
well, let me
You
say
know?
this. Denise, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I agree 100% with you, Denise. I'm gonna say this. Like, a lot of you women, y'all are very knowledgeable. Y'all are very wise. Um, y'all have a lot of insight, and y'all handle y'all business. a lot of us men, we just don't handle business. And oftentimes
But
we
D
don't
Ham,
know.
let me ask you
Hold,
as a
hold, hold on,
man.
hold
Go
on, 'cause
ahead,
I
go
want,
ahead, go ahead, go
let me
ahead.
finish, and then you can ask me your question. Um, we don't handle business. What I
Hmm.
would tell you is in this situation that uh Robert, I didn't always like his attorney situation. I
Hmm.
never liked the fact that he had an attorney that would not advise him to do certain things that I knew there were rights that were being violated of his as a man and as a father. And so when you don't know your rights, you're leaning on your attorney to say, hey, I'm gonna put this in, I'm gonna file this motion, I'm gonna do this and do that, because you have these rights. And although we think that you think like what you're speaking is very articulate, you're very much you've seen experiences of different things like that. So you are speaking from different experiences. We as men, we don't normally know our rights and know that they're being violated in such a way. So I do fault Robert for not not fighting hard enough to get the right representation, because the right representation would have seen all of the things that were happening to him and would have challenged some of the things that he was bringing to. Now he was bringing things to the attorney, but she was not keeping it 100 with him. You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it just makes it worse for a man that may not know. Look, bro, and I do know you saying the United Men's of Fathers. He could have went back to all of that. Maybe he didn't think to do it, because he's dealing with
But
two
he
different women.
said it in his video, remember?
Okay,
Remember
yeah,
we
you
talked
did say
about
it.
that before?
You did say it.
He said
Okay,
it
go
in
ahead.
his video. He said he had ties with them. Remember he talked about getting a like doing putting something together. Remember he said like real father gang. He put that
Yeah,
in his video. So,
yeah,
that's the only thing I say, but listen, as a man, right? I understand what you're saying. A lot of men don't follow through or don't know what to do. But let me tell you, D Ham, you as a man, when you got a woman that you see over and over and over, making it her last dying whatever to bring you down. You mean to tell me you're not going to try your hardest, your damnedest, right? To do what you
hmm
got to do? It's not like this happened all of a sudden. This woman has showed you over and over and over and over that she is going to try to bring you down to your feet. Bottom line.
right,
This is
right.
not something that has just came out of the blue. You see this and you still give her passes. You as a man gonna let a woman do that? And would you let a woman do that? Yes or no?
Hold on,
Or would you
hold on. Can
fight?
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. I hear
No,
you.
Yeah,
no,
I
no, no,
can
no.
I can
I'm 100% with you, Denise. I would fight. I
Right.
would fight, but it also depends on. Let me just. I'm gonna want to be honest with you, Denise, because I see where you're going.
Yeah. I mean, he
Um,
got custody
I'm
of
a
his
I'm a
first daughter,
I'm
right?
a 5 time. Yeah, I'm a 5 time dad. With my work schedule, it may not allow me to fight like I want to fight. You see, but with the truth, I don't know what all what's the hold up. I don't know. I can't answer it to the T, because every man is in different situations when they have to provide. They have to make sure. Now, look, you got to think about it. Not only does he got to provide for himself, but that child support going out your household is actually paying somebody else's rent. So you're literally got to make enough money to double it up, whatever
right.
you're losing. So let's
Right.
just say if
Right.
him and Brianna was still together, then he ain't losing $1,300 a month strictly because of a child is here. But because the child is there, he's got to dish out $1,300 a month without fail. So if that is the case, and not only that, he got to provide for himself. So this is now court ordered, is now etched in stone, and prior to that, he's also taking care of two different children. So sometimes, and I think you're right. I think Latruth should have shown some more, um, you know, firmness in how he's handling his own situation, because it's only you got to put your foot down on somebody who
Right.
you keep giving grace to.
Or
And I think
somebody
you're
that got their
100%
foot
right.
on your neck. She got her foot on
Exactly.
his neck. You
Exactly.
gonna just lay there, or you gonna attempt to get up? Which one? I mean, that's the way I feel. And
I think you're right.
I just think that, you know, I'm just very, and I am from previous, just passionate about a father's right to see their kids. And I was so happy when he went to court and got this court order. So happy. But I think now he needs to realize you cannot fight every single battle. When I say fight every single battle, I mean, now you might not be directly coming forth saying it, but when you get on camera and you say how much you miss your daughter, that's going to bring people to say, man, she ain't letting him see it, or he ain't. And you shouldn't even do that. If you're not seeing your daughter when you're supposed to see your daughter, take that court order, go to that courthouse, and file the paperwork against her. Bottom line, that's all you have to do. You
Well,
know,
I'm gonna tell you this, Denise. He's gonna be fighting with the courts forever
well,
with
that's what I'm saying.
Brianna.
He has to pick his battles. But now, when I say pick his battles, the little stuff, no, you're gonna have to learn some of the little stuff. You're gonna have to let it go. She gonna do stuff to try to tick you off. She probably gonna say stuff on her platform to tick you off. Say subliminals. He has said subliminals that I have heard also. So I'm not gonna put it on her. I'm not gonna put it on him. I think both of them go tick for tack at times. Sometimes some of it do. One might do it a little more than other. But if you get two people to rob a bank and one person get the most money, is the one that get the most money guilty and the other one not because they ain't get as much money? No. If two people doing the same thing, two people doing the same thing. But I think that if he has to learn what battles to fight, the court order, that's a battle you need to fight because you got a legal paper to fight it. So things, whatever's in it, I don't know exactly what's in it, but I know it's a visitation schedule. So if she's not obeying by that visitation schedule, you can go down to that court and you can do something about it. That's all I'm saying. And I feel for him when he says, his everything's out in the front. Yes, that's just how it is. But a lot of that stuff can be held back, right? If you don't come forth and say, out, man, I miss my daughter. I'm not able to see my daughter. Don't even come to say it. You know what? Let those court papers speak to her. You ain't got to come on here and say nothing. You ain't got to come on here and say
I'm
nothing so she can look at it and see it. Go down there and file them papers.
I'm
Trust
gonna
me,
tell you.
that court order will speak.
I'm gonna tell you another thing, Denise. That if his lawyer would have advised him, this is how you know that his attorney wasn't on her job. Because listening to Vibe with Sean, she didn't say it today, but I've spoken to her, and she uh, made the family aware that the truth can get those documents sealed, and
Yes,
they should
yes,
have
he
put.
can.
And I'm gonna tell you, a more been, I guess, digging at, or I can't say it for a fact because I'm not sure, but she's covering the guy Justin, right? And
Mhm.
Justin didn't know, but he realized, look, people got his personal information online, and so he went and had his information sealed, from my understanding. So a lot of times, us men, we don't know. We're leaning, we're thinking, okay, we got an attorney, they handling business, and they know their business. But if they're not telling, hey, as soon as we leave this mediation and we leave this court today, we want these docs sealed because he's a public figure. She should have put that in place immediately and
I
made
agree
sure
with you,
her
D-Ham.
client knew.
Right.
That's what
Yep,
he paid her
I
for.
agree. I agree.
Right.
That's
I
what he
definitely
paid
agree
her
with
for.
that.
See, I don't know how divorce works, but I know where I live, in the state that I live in, like a visitation, like custody order, nobody's allowed to get that except for the parents. Like you literally have to go show your ID, and that's the only way you can get a copy of like any parenting order, anything like that. Now they have a divorce decree, so I don't know if the custody and all that stuff was listed in it. I'm not, I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess that's
everything
what
was in
happened.
it. Everything,
Oh, see, I
everything
don't know
happened in
how
that
that
courtroom
works.
was in it. Everything was in it.
Shown
Okay.
up. Shown up. So that's you. I remember so many times being on Miss D's platform, and I just said, I don't know about Robert's attorney. I don't know, because I know a real
Yeah.
strong black woman that 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 understands her client and know what the client is really going through would have been all over his situation. Would have been all over it. It wouldn't even got this far. And it's sad that he paid an attorney all his money and she ain't think enough to protect her client. Man, I don't no, man.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
sad.
and I agree with you, D-Ham, special because he's a public figure. He's been out here as a public figure for many years. So to protect him from letting this get out like that, that should have never been able to get out. Period.
And you can tell
Yeah.
in some of the motions he already said it to her. He said he don't want his uh what is his credit and stuff being able to be exposed to the world. He wanted to seal some of his information. So
Yeah, it's
why didn't she
private.
just file it?
Yeah.
Why she just didn't file it? That's strange to me. And I pray for the brother. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing but
Hmm.
love for the brother. But look, you're not handling your business. It's gonna show eventually if you don't know when to switch up. And sometimes when you retain attorneys, you ain't trying to go through all the drama of firing one attorney and retaining another attorney, wasting money that way. So
Yeah,
you're
that's a
gonna
lot of
think
money.
that attorney's gonna do her job, you know. And it's just sad that a lot of things that LaTruth end up fighting for came from social media and people like Via with Sean, who went on their live and said, file for the guardian ad litem.
Hmm.
Went on their live and said, do this and do that. Like, if it wasn't for some of you women, this brother, his attorney, is not doing the things that she should have been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
well, see, but that's why I said, from the you remember from the very beginning when we was coming on the panels, I kept saying when he said that Fathers United, and the reason why I keep going back to that is because the first thing that they would tell him to do is to get a guardian and lead him, because that's your protection, because that guardian and lead him will come into the household. So if there's things that's being said that are untrue or anything like that, that would have been his route to go into. And I'm telling you, that's the first thing that they're going to tell you. It's a public, I mean, anybody can call and speak to them and get consultations and all of that stuff. They'll talk to you. That the wife actually has a um alternative for women that have to deal with
So Denise, let me ask you
support
this: can he
men
still
that
get
deal with
that?
women like this. Yes, he can contact them. Yes, he said
Oh,
it in
okay.
his video. He
Yeah.
actually
Well,
confirmed
that's
it.
good
You
advice.
remember, D Ham? He said
Yeah.
it in his video after we said it on your panel, D. He said it in one of his
Mhm.
videos. He said he had ties with what is it? Fathers
Fathers
United,
United.
because he said
Okay.
they helped him get custody of his first daughter. Did he get custody of
Oh,
the
okay, I remember that. I got you. I remember
yeah.
that.
So that's why I say, a lot of things, honestly, and like I said, I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not team nobody at all, because when Robert shows me that he being petty, I'm gonna call him out. When Bree shows she being petty, I'm
But
gonna
you
call
know
her
what,
out.
Denise? I gotta say, we still gotta look at this shit. Okay, let me just put it this way:
Mm, mm.
Robert, Brianna has a hold on Robert. Okay, whether nobody want to say it's facts or not, it is facts.
So you're
Okay,
saying he still has feelings?
no, 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 no. Let
No?
me just.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna take y'all back a little bit because I always tell people you gotta look at the whole picture. All right, Brianna is a narcissist. Okay, and a narcissist can have a hold on you that you don't think they do, but they do. So if you don't know about narcissistic behavior, you would think that no, he's not doing what he's supposed to do because he don't want to do it because he's protecting her. But in reality, Rob is not protecting her. She has a spirit on this fucking man. She has a hold on this man. And she knows that. And she knows she's a sick motherfucker. She knows that too. She's never going to admit to it. Her people never going to admit to it. So this is why she keep getting over on Robert. And she knows she got a hold on Robert, not only because she's a narcissist, because of that baby too. So she using that to flaunt her weight and all that shit against him.
Right. And
Do you
okay.
understand what I'm saying, DM?
Uh,
I mean,
I do, D, I do, but at the end of the day, I think we have to now. Let me say it like this. I think talking about the narcissism of Brianna. I think you're 100% correct on how she's being very manipulative, and she uses unnecessary power because she does have control over. She is the custodial parent where
Mm-hmm.
she houses the child. But what
Mm-hmm.
Denise is saying simply that knowing what you're dealing with, you now can't use that as no excuse. You got to now handle your business. And I
Yeah.
think
Well,
the whole that you're
yeah.
talking
And I
about,
agree with Denise on that. But one thing
yeah,
about it, I agree with Denise because Denise is 100% right. I agree with her. He got
yeah,
that court order now. Ain't no
you got to handle
ain't
your
no
business.
turning back from that.
But
You
but
gotta
what
handle
she's
your business
also
with that.
saying is, leading up to the court order, there could have been things he could have done that could have dead some of the things that Brianna's doing to manipulate him and to keep his child away. The guardian that let him was the it was the golden egg. It was the golden goose egg. He
Yep.
had it and he let it go when he came because he just wanted people was riding him talking about, oh, he's holding up the divorce. He wasn't holding up the divorce. She was holding up the divorce. But the thing is, he wanted it over so bad that he gave her grace. And what he should not have done was gave her any grace. When he finally stood up for himself and put that guardian Latin in place, he should have stood on business. Because
Hmm.
this woman
Yes.
is going back to her old ways, as what you're saying, Miss D. She's
What?
very
Yes.
narcissistic, and she's right back to
Yes.
the old Brianna.
Absolutely.
And
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 she's
what?
see,
going to
What?
another thing
mhm.
too, Deanne, another thing too. Do Robert feels or think that she's narcissistic? Do he think or do he feel it?
No,
What do he think?
I don't think
Because,
so.
because I mean,
Mm.
I'm just saying because I don't know how you feel about this woman. But if
Robert got a
you
soft
feel
spot
or
for
you
her. A lot of
think,
people don't like to hear it, but Robert has a soft spot for that woman.
Yeah,
People ain't gonna agree with
this
it,
is
but
what I
I believe he got a soft spot
not
for
on.
that woman.
This is what I want to
listen,
say.
and wait a minute, hold on, Lisa. Let me say this to you, Denise.
Mm,
Every narcissist sometimes does, right? And I'm glad you said
Mhm.
that, right?
mm,
Narcissist does have a soft spot for maybe their ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, whatever, and vice versa. A man will have a soft spot too, and you know why? Because they don't know that they dealing with a narcissist. That's
Yeah.
why that soft spot
Right.
gonna really stick there and stay there. So that's why I'm questioning myself. Do Robert know that he has a narcissistic baby mother?
I
I
think the
don't
song.
think
Let me
you
let me say
know.
this before you go, Lisa and Denise. Let me say this. What I think you talking about the soft spot is. Listen, I think all of us men, we do not want to strip the mother of our child from being a mother. So we will put up with a lot.
That's good.
We will
That's good.
allow the mama to go ahead and punish us in a way where it's hurting the child because we don't want to do the main thing that is the ultimate thing that may only solve it, and that's take the baby and you become the full control of the situation. You become
So yeah.
full custody custodian parent. But he doesn't want that may be the only way to fight this narcissist. Not this narcissist is to take full control of the situation, and I don't think he's willing to do that.
And see, she's a very bitter
Yeah.
person. And she's a very bitter person. And I've always said that. And that's not going to change. She wasn't just bitter with him. Look at what she did to Janelle.
Yeah,
It's just she's a very bitter person. That is not going to change. Matter of fact, it's going to What's going to change is the way in which she does it. And that's going to change because simply there's a court order in place. Now she knows you don't have control now. You don't have control because he has that court order, which is a legal document, and
That's
she
a right.
knows this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to deal with a different type of bitterness now. See, the
Mhm.
bitterness that she's going to do is the bitterness of, I have to figure out how to be bitter around this court order. That's what she's saying.
Yes,
That's what
Denise,
she's doing. You
Listen
absolutely.
hit
to
it
me
on the
now. I'm
head,
trying to
Denise.
tell
You hit
y'all.
it
I'm
You
on
hit
trying
it
to
on the
the head.
tell
head.
y'all.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
what that's why I said Robert is going to have to learn what battles to fight and what battles that he knows he can fight. He needs to go into that punching everywhere, meaning everything in that court order. If she don't obey by it, you don't give her that inch, not a centimeter. Don't give her nothing. Carry your butt right down to that courthouse and file for contempt charges against her. Bottom
Yeah, I
line.
agree. I agree.
Bottom line.
Yep.
Because she's going to do anything she can do, any hole she can find in that court order, any little thing she can do, she gonna look for it. She already don't look for it. She don't study. Listen, she don't study that court order. Probably got a notepad. Don't wrote down. Oh, you know what? They left this point out. They left that point out. Oh,
Yep.
okay. So if it say that he got to bring her back at such and such time, he better not bring her back at 6:05. He better have
Yep.
her there at 6. You know, you see what I'm saying?
Yep. That's
I
right.
He's
agree.
going and so he's gonna have to learn. That's why I say, and but I just feel like when he says, he's tired of it being out, everything being known. But when you come to social media, he's gonna have to learn this too. When you come to social media and you sit on live and you say, it breaks people's heart to hear you say that. Man, I miss my daughter. We know you miss your daughter, right? But it's time to stop doing that. It's time to, we're not going through this again. We don't want to go through this again. It's time for you. You got a court order. Go down to the courthouse. Stop getting online saying how you miss your daughter and your daughter is being withheld from you. Go do something about it. That's
I
all I'm
agree.
saying. That's all I'm
I
I
agree.
saying.
I I agree. Go ahead, Lisa. I agree with you, Denise. You own it now. I can't
Yep,
I
I
can't I
agree.
can't knock it. I can't knock what you're saying. Go ahead. Go ahead, Lisa.
Oh, I'm just listen. That's what I feel with Robert. It's time you can't play with her anymore because it's past the time. You have your health to worry about, and all this stress and all this drama is going to put you somewhere that you don't need to be. And I'm not putting it out there. It's just to worry about his health right now. Because every day that she's doing that, that's just another stick in his back, chest, and it's just continually. She is a knock 101. And right now, she's not even a real person that you see. She's demonic. So you got to fight with God and just knock her down and go right through. You got that court order? Get there. Get to that courtroom. She's not now. My thing that bothers me, you went on your birthday and you lied and said you went all the way out of the country and you allow your child to sit back. Well, he was lied to. She lied to him.
Hmm.
She should have came to Robert first. But see, the person that we dealing with, she's not going to do that. So she left
Hmm.
the child around the abuser. I'm just going to keep it just all the way
That's
100.
Well,
that's
I think
violation.
she did
And
go to Robert. I don't know how that
no,
went,
no,
but I
no,
think that was
no.
Robert to the patient.
She never went to Robert. She lied. She said she was
Somebody,
going down
somebody said
south.
something about, I didn't look at it.
She was,
Somebody I've heard that she said that she called and asked. I don't know. See, I haven't really been
right.
seeing all of it, but I heard something about she called and asked that she was going out of town and taking the kids and wanted her to go with
Yes,
them or something.
yes. But what happened is
But
she
was it
knew
his
she already
weekend
had a
though?
plan to go out the country, but you still
What
went all the
Robert
way out
told
the
her,
country.
Robert told her that he will keep his daughter,
Right.
or even it had to. I think I don't know how Robert found out she was going out of town. I don't know. The only
She
thing I know,
posted it.
it must have been a communication or something with them behind the scene. And like DM said, we don't know everything they talk about. Okay, so maybe she had a conversation and Robert may say, "Well, I keep my daughter." And then again, I'm thinking, no, Robert couldn't have said that because Robert got on his live and said that
That's what I'm
he
saying.
Robert got on his live and said that. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Robert got on his live and said that, and I do think it was his visitation. He
Yes.
said, but you just said it wasn't. You just
No, I'm
no.
saying she did. I said she went out the country. The first person that she should have came to was Robert. You're going out the country. Why he can't have his daughter?
Well, that's
So what
if
I'm
they
telling
have
you
right of
is,
first refusal set up.
and
Do
what
they
I'm
have?
telling you is,
Yeah.
I think that was his visitation. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
But
Yes.
Robert got on live and said on his live,
he was waiting. Yeah, he was
That
waiting.
right.
was his time to
And
have
she
her.
said, well, in a way, Robert was saying, okay, she said she was taking all the kids out of town
All
with
the
her.
kids.
So
Right.
Robert said to her, well, go ahead and take Momo. So I'm assuming it was his visitation rights that day to get the
Oh,
daughter, but he did not want to split and say, okay, the other kids go out of town. I still keep Momo. No, let Momo go enjoy herself with her siblings. That's exactly what he said.
but then, but no,
I'm
but
not
so then
fighting
he
with.
went on live. But
I'm
he
not
went on
fighting
live
against
and was
that.
waiting. He was waiting for the
He
visitation,
was
or was this a
waiting. That's
different
what I
time?
was
He was
saying.
waiting. He was saying they haven't pulled up. He was like, I'm gonna give him some more time. I know people have car trouble. So but that's what I heard. That's what
But see, that's the problem. Let me say this,
You
y'all.
said this
Go ahead,
bullshit.
Denise. I don't want to cut you off, baby
I
girl.
was
Go ahead.
saying. If that's the case, then so you gave permission on your first of all, that was the wrong thing that you could do. If it's your visitation, you should have got your daughter. It don't matter if she was going to Hawaii. It doesn't
Right.
matter. That's your daughter that you hadn't seen in so long anyway, that you say you miss every time she goes. Soon as she go, you miss her. You should have got your daughter. You have nothing to do with her taking her with them other kids. If that was your visitation. So basically you gave up your rights for visitation. It doesn't matter if wherever she went, you gave up your right when you said that's fine. So you basically said you didn't want to get her. But then you got on live and recorded yourself waiting to pick her up, knowing that she wasn't going to show because you already gave permission for her to go. That's crazy. What?
Well, that could have been, now don't quote me, because that could have been after. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think that was
Oh, okay.
He,
Yeah,
after.
that's what I was
I
saying.
think that was
Okay.
it could have
after.
been a phone call after he was sitting there waiting for the baby to come and they never pulled up. Knowing
Right.
she
Okay.
knew all the time that she was leaving and she was gonna leave the baby with
That
John
sounds
Boy
more
because
correct.
Okay.
right, that's what I was
Okay.
trying to say, but everybody was talking over me. So that's what I'm trying to say. So Robert said, okay, and I feel him on that. He didn't want to take his little daughter away, going out of town, having fun with her mom and the siblings. That's what he thought, not knowing that John Boy was going to keep all the kids when she was out of town for her birthday. He didn't know
Oh,
that.
she switched it up.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was out of the
So
country.
when he
Yeah,
saw
she
that,
switched it up.
that's when he wanted to go
So
ahead and
when
go
he saw
get her
that,
when
he
he
got
saw that.
upset. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who did he think was going to bring the child then? If he knew that she was not there, who was he thought was going to bring the child? Dude, how was she going to bring the child if she wasn't there? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well. Basically, we don't know. Something is missing
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
this
Right.
yeah.
situation
Right.
because it's no reason for him to be waiting on a child to arrive and it's not coming, and he knows it.
I
I
feel
don't
like
think
he
Right.
he'll. I don't
lied
think
Yeah.
on
he'll
her.
just do that just to do that for social
Yeah.
media. So it's apparent that they had communication and somebody lied to him, and
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's apparent that that's what's
That's what
happening.
I believe.
So what I would tell him is he's gonna have to start taking notes. Like, and it's sad to do this,
You're going to have to
but
record.
you
Record.
can
Mhm.
record, but you're gonna also have to get a pen and paper and say on this date,
Yep.
Uh, I didn't get my child. Yada yada. Like you're gonna have to start keeping files
Yeah.
on everything this girl is doing to you.
And go file contempt charges,
Ain't
because I'm
lying.
going to tell you
I
what's going
agree.
to happen. When you go down there a couple times and file contempt charges and you actually have proof, so you have proof that you waited, and like I said, proof that you waited can be things like if you're sitting in the car, if you got your dash that shows the date and time, take a picture of a building or wherever you're supposed to meet with the date and time, buy a newspaper, get a newspaper, put a newspaper, hold it up in front of the building and take that picture to say you was there. So it's the proof that to show you was there. Because I'm going to tell you, it's not going to take but one or two times to keep going in front of that judge for contempt charge. If he files it against her and that judge sees her in there one or two times, you know what the judge is going to tell her? I'm going to transfer custody, physical custody, if you keep it up.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
That will happen.
But
Yeah.
all the drama and stuff leading up to it, I'm like, Robert, just stop it. Just stop it. Go by that. You have a legal document. There is no excuse of complaining that you can't see your daughter, because you absolutely can go down there every single time. Every time. It's no charge to go file a contempt against somebody. Every single time she does it, I don't care if it's 10 times in 4 months. You go down there
Mhm.
and you file it. Bottom line.
Yeah,
And you cannot.
Robert gonna have to buckle down with that bitch. He's
Yeah.
gonna have to buckle
Yeah.
down with that bitch. I'm telling
Yeah.
you right now, because if he don't, this
Hmm.
bitch gonna run Robert fucking ass crazy,
Crazy.
and we ain't gonna know nothing about it. Cause Robert stands strong when he come on his platform. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he don't let you know what he dealing with, but behind the scenes, she gonna run that man.
Yeah.
And okay,
Hmm. And
Hmm.
I'm
don't
telling.
even fall for the talking to her about trying to figure out. It doesn't matter if it's in the court order. Most of the time, it's in every court order that if both parents agree, any extra time outside of the ordered visitation or parenting time, as long as the parties agree, it can happen. But when y'all are not getting along to this point, don't even go there. They are not
Yeah,
at the point to where they can do that right now, and they do not need to do that right now, because any type of agreement is probably going to be a fake agreement, could be a setup agreement or anything. A verbal agreement. Don't trust none of that at this time, because they're not at the point to where they can get along
mhm.
enough to agree to any outside visitation other than the court order. It's probably in
Fact.
there because it's normally in everybody's thing. The judge is going to say any extra time that y'all agree to, blah, blah, blah. But don't even ask. He need to learn. Don't even ask. Whatever you got right now, just deal with it for now. If
Yeah.
she's being bitter, document it. Go right down to do contempt charges. And if she continue to do it, don't worry. Ain't no use in you saying that you feel bad because you're not seeing your daughter, because you're gonna have your daughter. See, and she
Right.
knows that.
Right.
So but it's just gonna take one time for you to don't get on social media with it, because that's what she's looking for to go back and forth.
Yes.
Here goes this
Yes.
back and forth stuff. Don't put it on social media. Just go and do it. You gotta
Cause
I
stop
agree.
giving
And
your
you
hand
know
out.
what?
You
And
gotta
you know
stop
what he
showing
do
your
too,
hand.
Denise? He gotta stop showing his hand
Yep.
what he's about
thank
to do
you.
and what
Yep.
he's doing. He has
Yeah.
to stop doing that. Every fucking time she don't show up and let him get that baby, document the date, the time,
Hmm.
write down what your conversation was about, how many times you call her. If she did not respond, you need to put this stuff on documents. That's like you said, Denise. And I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because uh,
they saying that was on Father's Day, y'all, about the baby.
mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, with him in the car.
yeah,
Okay.
that she
Mhm.
didn't give him the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deliberately, and
Well,
that's
now
the
did the
thing.
court order say? Did the court order specify Father's Day? That was one of the things I'm
It
hoping that
did. It
it's
did.
You gotta
okay.
ask
Yes.
D-Ham, because D-Ham should know that. Ask
Yeah.
D-Ham.
It did. It did. And I think the first and third of every weekend he's supposed to get the child. So let's just say Father's Day don't fall on one of those weekends. I think it is, Father's Day is either the second or third
Did-
weekend. But if it don't fall on that weekend, I think that's how she's playing it. Like,
Mhm.
Okay,
oh,
now
this
that
ain't
goes
the
back to
weekend.
terminology. I'm gonna tell
Right.
you why. That goes back to terminology, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because for my husband's court order, I made sure they put on there that any holiday or any specific summer vacations or holidays that supersides any regular visitation. So it doesn't matter if she's saying okay Father's Day, but it wasn't. So she's saying, but it wasn't on his regular visitation day, is what she's saying.
I think so. I
Denise,
think I think that's what. And don't quote me on that because I'm not. I would have to read it and then I would have to watch out, look for everybody's
what?
text messages about that situation, which
Right.
I'm not fully up on. But I think that's how she's
Yep.
exercising her muscle,
That's what.
flexing her
Yep.
muscle
What happened?
Like
with
I
those
told you,
dates like
she's
that.
she's trying to find any little hole. Didn't I tell you she was gonna read that? She was gonna
Yeah,
read that court
yeah,
order. Now,
yeah.
if it did not say that holidays trump regular visitation, then technically I'm gonna tell you, if it does not say that, then technically she's gonna come to court and say, oh, well, I didn't know because since it wasn't his regular visitation, it was my visitation. I didn't know. And I'm going to tell you, the judge is probably going to say, since it wasn't in there, you got to think about it now. Something as small as that legal term will make a huge difference. But he still needs to file because he needs to get that back in court and make sure, because not only do you got Father's Day, you got all these holidays coming up that she can actually mimic what she just did now. She's
Mhm.
going to mimic it. She can mimic it. So he needs to go and file and say, hey, I didn't get my child on Father's Day, so that they can include that in the order to say that that trumps any regular visitation. Meaning, it
Denise,
doesn't matter if it's her weekend, if Father's Day falls on it, if Christmas falls on it and he gets her Christmas that year, it doesn't matter if it falls on her weekend. Any holiday trumps
Denise,
any regular visitation. He
this
better
is
get
the
it in there.
second
So
time.
do y'all
This
think
is,
that he's supposed to have got the baby, but she's trying to act like he wasn't? Because we know she's a bitter bitch, right?
Yeah,
And
she
that
acting like she didn't know.
wait, this
Hmm.
one.
right, and she know that that was going to hurt him
Yep.
by saying he's not going to get his daughter for Father's Day. But in her mind, she said, no, fuck it,
This
he's not
what
going to get it.
she
I'm gonna
did
hurt him.
was
She knew
she
that
poked.
legal term was missing. She gonna go in court and act dumb like she didn't know. Oh, it was my
Yeah,
weekend though. How does he
But
get to
she,
get her if it's my weekend? She gonna act like
but
she didn't
listen to
know.
this. She posted something about fathers that don't get their kids on Father's Day. So she deliberately did that
Yeah, she
so that
tricking.
Robert wouldn't have the baby on Father's Day. Because what happened is Robert was waiting. He had a conversation with his sister, and she was saying, "What happened? I thought you were supposed to get the baby today." He said, "Oh," she said she had to do something. So that time, and look at this time, it's two times already. So enough already. It's time to
Yeah.
go in that courtroom and
Yep.
shut her all the way down. This is the second thing that she did, and she posted that. She
but see,
posted
oh
something
yeah, she
before
did.
Father's Day.
She did. And the
She
thing
did
is,
that.
her flying monkeys gonna keep saying Robert is a
Yeah,
deadbeat, but y'all don't know what the fuck is really going on. So y'all should
right.
just stay off of Robert, okay? Give him some grace, but y'all not gonna give him no grace because y'all so far up Brianna pussy until it's a fucking flying out shame. Okay? Because I do believe that this narcissistic woman is doing this on purpose to this man.
Yeah.
So her fucking flying monkeys can say he's not a no good father. He did not want to get his daughter. This is what this bitch is doing. But a bitch like me, she could never get over with anything with me. Because I know how these bitches play like her.
Yeah, this is the second time she has did that. So Denise, you're absolutely correct. The first time was Father's Day because she's put a post up way before the day before Father's Day. So Robert was waiting to see the baby, and she made excuse. Now her birthday come up, here's another excuse. You all the way in Jamaica, but you left the kids here with this abuser, and he didn't get a chance to see his daughter enough. You got the court order. This is how you got to handle her. You got to handle her
So
like a
wait a
pit
minute.
bull.
Didn't he
Well,
get the
that
baby when she came back though? She got the when she came back from Jamaica from her birthday party. I mean, from her whatever. Didn't he get the baby then?
For that one day. The one day that
Yeah, but see, what
she was
she's going to
playing
say is that that
basketball.
was apparently a conversation that they had,
Yeah.
correct? That was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to have been a
Yeah.
conversation that she asks if, and see, that's what I'm saying. He has to cut that out. You can
Right.
listen, you got a court
Mm.
order. The only conversation that should be
There's the
had is
court
if
order.
when you sitting there waiting for your daughter to come, if ain't nobody came, you need to make a phone call just to say, hey, I'm here waiting. That's it. All this,
Right.
oh, can I? Do you think you can wait to get her? You know what you need to do when she call your phone and ask you that? Hang up.
Hang up. Hang
Hang
up.
Yeah.
up.
And
But it's
then document that patient down. Write it
now
down.
y'all remember long ago when we was up here, and remember we had discussed when remember um he got to see the baby on the phone, and you remember how excited he was to see his daughter, but we already know how the knock was. What from that point on, ain't nothing changed. Ain't
No,
nothing changed.
she ain't gonna change. She's a
She's
bitter
not going to
person in
change.
general.
Exactly. And she did the same thing. And remember, we all said that day. I was tight. I was like, oh, come on, Robert. No, no, because she's playing you. But he don't know what she is. And even with all this awareness and that we have spoke about narcissism, I think he just don't want to hear it. He's thinking she's regular. She ain't regular smegular, Robert. She's just not.
Yeah, Miss Crawford, I think he did too. Yeah, I think he did have it. When she came back from her vacation from Jamaica, I think he had that baby more than one day. He had her like 2 or 3 days because
Hmm.
they went to the pool, they went out
Right.
eating, they went. No,
Now,
you
now
said
see,
one day.
now
Well,
see
I'm
once,
well,
now
wait a
see
minute, wait a
once
minute.
she.
Let me clear that up. I'm just looking at the day that I saw the baby with him when they was at the pool. So
No, yeah, no, yeah.
if
He
somebody
had her more
else
than one
said it
day.
was more than 2 days, I can accept that. Let me just go by the day that I saw it. That's it.
Yeah,
And so
because
were
they
these
went
That's it.
to
non-visitation
one day
days?
he
Were
took her to
these
the
Yeah.
pool, then he took her to the zoo, and then he took her
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
so were
I
these
seen this
days his
zoo.
non-visitation
Yeah,
days?
sort of.
I guess so. I don't know, Denise.
So they agree.
I
So
don't
see,
know
you
neither.
you see where I'm getting at? If okay, see, it's a game. Okay, so before she done went out of
Conversations.
town, didn't give you
Hey,
your child,
world.
but when she comes back, all of a sudden you get your child not on your
Right.
visitation days, but
Absolutely.
on her terms. See,
That's
what
it.
she
That's
wants
it.
is she wants the power because the court order takes the power from her. You're giving her
Right.
the
Right.
power back when
Absolutely.
Right.
you
There you go,
agreed
Denise.
to get your child
Hallelujah. Say it
after.
again, baby. Denise, say that one more time. Say that one more time. You is
She
Hmm.
knows
absolutely
that
correct.
court order is the power. She knows she don't have the
Right.
power because of the court order.
There
So
you go.
he's giving her the power when he allows her to
Again.
say, he's still allowing
Yeah.
her to say when the visitation is. It's
And
not, oh,
Denise,
two people
that's
getting
why I
along,
go back
agreeing.
and say
No.
that Robert don't know that he's dealing with a narcissist. He don't know that. She loves that. She loves what she's doing to him. This makes her feel so good. It strokes her ego because she knows she got power over him and control over him. But
Well, mhm. It makes
Robert
her
thinks
think
She
he
that
still
thrives
wants
on
her.
that.
It makes
Right.
her think he
She
still
thrives
wants
on
her.
that.
yeah, she
Hmm.
thrives on that. Absolutely.
Hmm.
She
Yeah.
thrives on that.
And Robert gonna have to get back his control and his
He
Yeah.
power.
got it.
She has
He
took
got it
this
in his
man's
He
hands.
power and
he
control
got
for
the
many
control.
years.
He got the power, but
He got it. He
in
just
her
won't use
her
it.
sick mind, right, right. She's sick. She got sick mind. So
And
he
and,
does
and
have the
y'all and
power.
y'all gotta tell the truth
Right.
now. Tell the truth. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck.
No, we gotta
Now,
keep it
if
real.
a man does not use it, what are people gonna
Right.
start think the reason why he not using it? They're not
No,
gonna
no,
think he's a
Denise.
narcissist.
Denise, when I say power, we know he got power, right? Because
Right.
he got everything he
Right.
needs. But when I say power, Denise, I mean power from her personally, not dealing with the documentations.
Okay.
He got,
Right.
she got so much power over her, over him, and control, but not dealing with court
Right.
documents. I'm not talking about the court documents.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
also get what you're saying, Denise. You are definitely correct. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Because
because it
people
will
gonna start.
become
He's yeah. Go ahead.
right. It will become a mockery in a sense.
Hmm.
He will become a mockery. And that's just what's going on. So right now he has the P to do it. Just go in that courtroom and that's it. Enough. Because if you don't put your foot on her neck, this is what you're going to deal with for the rest of your life. And that's just straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because this
Because
is
he
sad.
doesn't know what she is and he needs to get
And
counseling
it comes
so he can work with that
and
around
it
her.
comes a point where it comes a point, honestly, in my opinion, if you keep doing it and don't do
Hmm.
anything about it, I think you like it. I'm sorry. If you do
Yeah,
not
I
stand
mean,
up for yourself, I mean, it comes a point where you must want to participate in it. You want to participate in the back and forth.
mhm.
So and he can't be upset when people say this because he's not doing anything to prove otherwise. Do you see what
I
I'm
mean, he
saying?
might be doing some things. We don't know exactly 100% what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know.
I
And
just feel
yeah,
he don't know what he's dealing with. That's the problem. He's being too nice because
he
he's
is.
thinking she's
He
regular,
is.
but she's not regular. And we have talked about this narcissism till we can talk about it till we blue in the face. If he
Right.
don't have knowledge of it, this is going to be a continued basis. And I feel what you're saying, because then he get online and say, well, I miss my daughter and this and that.
Right.
Then people
Right.
will start praying in his mind, like, come on, man, you playing games.
You're
That
right.
means you really don't want to see her. But in
Yep.
his heart, he do. But this is the person that he's dealing with. And this is another thing. People throw that word around, but you really need to start studying on that word, because everything this chick do, she navigates everything. Narcissist 102 all the way down. That's
Mhm.
her.
She
And
ain't gonna
Robert
change.
thinking that he can work around her, but he can't.
And
He got to go straight through.
every man that she deal with gonna have
Yeah.
to deal with that. Every man
Yes.
she deal with gonna
Oh
have to deal
yeah.
with that. That's
Oh
just how
yeah.
she is. That's her
Understand
character.
Yeah.
that though, Denise. I don't understand that shit because the first baby father, that motherfucker don't pay a fucking dime. Okay,
Yeah.
the summer will
Yeah.
be over soon, and those kids will be starting school back. Did you get your kids for the fucking summer? Won't everybody
No.
talk about that? Did you get your kids for the summer? Did you take your kids somewhere for the summer? What did
Huh.
you do with your kids? Do you
Nothing.
pay child support? No. Why Brianna not putting you on child support? Why
Hmm.
not? Why she's
Hmm.
not fighting you in the courts for money for first of all, Brianna, you sitting here fighting a hardworking man for one child, right?
Hmm.
That always took care of his child. Versus a motherfucker that got a little bit of money. You got three fucking kids by this man, and you're not fighting this man at all. That tells your fucking character. Okay?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
tells a
Yeah.
lot about you. You're not worth shit.
Can y'all hear
and
me?
and and a
Yeah,
openly
DM, I
hand
hear
in the
you.
chest, a openly hand in your son's chest. That's the biggest one for me. I mean, I don't want nothing happen to her, but your child and this dude ain't coming. Take a train, a bus, hop, skip, jump in the pond, get in the beach, get there and check that dude about your child. So I would never have no respect for a man like that. Never. And I don't have respect for her because she is a mother. You're supposed to protect your sons and your daughters, all your children, protect them all. But he put hands on your child, mister. He put hands on your child. And that could have been a different story.
Yeah.
And you sitting up here worrying about this and that. Man, please. You're not reading your Bible at
Okay,
all.
I knew she said, okay, she said that Brianna lied and said she was taking all the kids out of town for
That's it.
Father's Day. Got
Yeah.
you. Okay, I knew
Okay.
she said that, but I didn't know if that was for Father's Day or her
For her
birthday.
birthday.
Okay, thanks for
Yeah.
clearing that up. But she did
Yep.
say that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he
I didn't get
agreed.
Yeah.
a date.
He
That.
agreed to that. He agreed for
Right.
her to take the
That's what I
child.
was trying to tell y'all. That's what I was trying to tell y'all, but I got the days mixed up. I was trying to
Yeah.
tell y'all he agreed to that. He said he let Momo go so she can have fun with her siblings. He did
On
not want to take
Father's
her
Day?
away from that.
I
On
don't think it
Father's
was
Day.
Father's Day, Miss D. I think it was her birthday for Father's Day. Because he had a
Well,
conversation
I'll
with
read
his
what the
sister,
chat said.
and
I
she
don't know.
said,
I'll read
"Why
what the chat
you
said.
ain't get the baby today for Father's Day?" She said, "Of all days, why you ain't get the baby on Father?" Said that. Oh, she said she was going somewhere.
Mm.
That's what Robert said.
Well,
She
I'm
was
reading
going
what the
somewhere.
chat said. She just said it was on Father's Day. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, Father's Day. But any case, she still didn't let him see the baby for Father's Day or the trip. And then when she comes back from the trip, she's like, "Okay, you can have her now."
No, this is what
Basically,
she
that's what she
did.
did.
And D-Ham, I don't know if D-Ham, no, but
I'm
this is what
listening.
she did. She made her flying monkeys look like Robert wasn't shit, right? So she posted and said, Robert, he didn't even get his daughter on Father's Day, where she already knew she had talked to
Mm-hmm.
the man behind the scenes. So what
Yeah.
they did, they took what she posted and they ran with it
Ran with
and
it.
said Robert wasn't
Mhm.
shit because he didn't get his daughter, but he wanted to go to the fucking Rick Ross show. That's
No,
what
Right.
happened.
and you
Yep.
know why,
There
You
it is.
remember
D?
that,
You know
E-Town?
why?
Yep.
You know
Yep,
why?
I do.
You know why? Because this was supposed to be one of her tactics, but by Robert's agreeing to it,
Hmm.
that messed up her plan.
Yeah.
So she really wanted him to fuss about it. He didn't fuss about it and he agreed, oh, let her go. So she was shocked, kinda. And then she got mad. She wanted her to go. So he didn't want to get it. He just wanted to go to a Rick Ross concert. So she was
Yeah.
pissed about it and put it
So
on her
her
page,
ego.
knowing that putting it
Mhm.
on her page was going to make people feel some sort of way about a man that didn't want to get his child on Father's Day. But she ultimately got mad because he didn't play into her hands.
Right.
She wanted him to argue about it. When she said, "I want to take a more with me for fun," she wanted him to be like, "No, I want my daughter on Father's Day. No, you crazy." But he didn't do that. What he said was, "You
Hmm.
know what? Fine. Yeah, go ahead and let her go. Go ahead and
Hmm.
she won't expecting that. Come on, y'all. Y'all know she
Yeah.
won't
A
expecting
No,
master
that.
you right. I
plan.
agree
A
with you,
master
Denise. I
plan. She
agree.
Yes.
manipulative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big
But the
time.
fucked up thing was she went and did right what a fucking narcissist bitch would do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Post on
Right.
her timeline. Robert did not get his daughter. Knowing you had a conversation with that man behind the scenes, and Robert told
Hmm.
you go ahead and let the baby go out of town with her siblings, and you knew goddamn well that that man you was not gonna take them kids out of town anywhere. You did that to spite Robert, right?
Hmm.
But he was
Hmm.
being nice to you and say, okay, which you lied and say that the kids was going out of town. But you felt stupid, like Denise said, because Robert didn't put up no argument with you. He did it
Mm-hmm.
Right.
nice and smooth and calm. And you didn't like that. So to bash him to make you look good, you put that post up and your people ran with that shit.
Yep.
That's it
Yep.
right there. That's
Yep.
it all there. Right there.
But
That's
what
it.
he
And
needs
that is
to
all.
learn is that the things that he needs to not put up arguments about is what he arguing about. The things that he
Right.
should have argued about, which he should have, as soon as she said, "I want to," nope, it's my visitation. See you at 6 or whatever time they were supposed to drop that child or whoever dropping that child off, whatever that visitation say, that's what he should have said because they are not at the point right now to where they're getting along to where they can agree to
Right.
outside time other than the visitation
Yeah.
Hmm.
because those issues are going to end up with drama just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
not at
And
that point
she
right
and
now.
she
Hopefully they will, but they're not at that point right now. Robert needs to stick to that court order. That court order will
yeah,
save him a lot of headache. That court order will
that's
save
right.
him a lot of he can be more private with that, with this court order, because he don't have to come
Mhm.
online to say anything. Because with that court order, she has to obey it, and she knows it. He
That's
don't even
right.
have to argue with her. That court
And
order
Mhm.
then
speaks.
if Robert have plans, the days that he gonna have his daughter, find you somebody you can trust with your daughter. Let them keep your daughter, and you still go do your job. If you get booked somewhere, or if you gotta take your daughter with you, take your daughter with you. Hire somebody to take them with you. Take care of your daughter.
Now, do
You know what
they
I'm saying?
have right of first refusal though in the order? Do anybody know that? Because if
You
they
can
have
ask
right of
him. I
first
don't know.
refusal,
Say it again.
do they have right of first refusal?
Yeah, they
Meaning,
do.
so
They do.
they
That's in
do.
place.
Okay, well then see, they have to notify each other. Like if
Yeah.
they're leaving or something like that, they have to notify.
She
Well,
she
supposed to.
she did, but what she's doing is lying
Yeah.
about things and then spinning it a different way. So I think you're 100% right. They do have right first refusal, but the problem is I think that Robert he cannot trust everything she's doing, so he's gonna have to keep track on things and keep note
Mm-hmm.
on the things that's happening with his child and his rights within that
Yeah.
degree because in that court
Mhm.
degree decree, excuse me,
Yeah, that's true.
because if he doesn't do it, it's going to he's going to you got to think about it, Denise. What you're saying is actual facts. I think this is something that Robert needs to hear. A woman that's really holding him to stand on business, stand firm on
Mm-hmm.
what the court had put in place for him. But if he does not take this serious, you got to think he's got 14 more years he got to deal with this.
Right.
Absolutely.
Is it worth you going through this with this woman for 14 years or at least seven of those 14 years when she'll be 11?
Mhm.
Um
Yeah.
or eight and by the time she's 13, a teenager. um he has to take maybe I don't know if he's taking it as serious as you're explaining it. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Drastic measures at this
That's the
point in
part.
time. Yeah, drastic measures at this point in time because,
Like, is
you
he
know,
thinking the way we thinking? Do he see things the way
yeah,
we see things? That's
I
the
don't think
question.
so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think Denise is really making valid points as far as holding both parties responsible for the things they don't do. Because what the court did
Right.
was made it almost impossible for them to come to some type of an agreement, and also rights that can be violated to where they can come back and petition it and put into contempt of order. But if they're not going to exercise their rights, Denise is absolutely right. You're letting this woman walk all over
Yeah.
you, and you can't allow that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's what it
So,
is.
so
And we've
Robert,
seen
if
that
Robert is
already.
listening, that he said he had ties with the Fathers United. I don't know if he did, but it's based in Charlotte. He knows that if he did, reach out to them, Fathers United Inc.org. Anybody can go to their site right now and look at it. They have mentorship programs, they have workshops and education. I know he's in another state. They work with people in other states, they do Zoom calls, they do all of that. These men, this man,
Mhm.
and they have other chapters that go from different states, but this is where it started. Is this Charlotte one? If you speak to these men are going to direct you in the right path. That's why when I said before, when he brought them up, there's no way he spoke with them and took a whole year to get a GAL, get a guardian and lead them, because that would have been the first thing they told him to do. I know firsthand. I've worked with them. That's what the first thing they would have told him to do was to get a GAL. That's when I first started calling BS. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Because when he said that, I knew for a fact, because I have ties with this organization. I know for a fact they would have been told him to get a GAL, because that would have been the first thing they would have told him to do if he explained everything. If he told them that he was being accused of his own child being scared of him. That's the first thing they tell you to do, because they can actually come into the households and investigating. And that's when I started feeling, because I play fair. I'm not on anybody's team. I'm just passionate about fathers having their right to see children. I've said that before.
Yeah,
I've
I
always
agree.
I've always
Yeah,
said that. But
right.
I also, I'm gonna be honest, have dealt with men, right, that come and ask for help, right? And then when you get down to the nitty gritty, you realize they don't really want the help. Now I'm gonna keep it
Mhm.
real. Now we talk about bitter baby mamas. There are some men out here that are bitter, and I'm gonna tell you about a bitter man. A bitter man is not gonna be as point blank and obvious as a woman. See, they'll do a lot of undercover behind the scenes stuff. A woman will just be put
Mhm.
it out there. Well, they say, "Oh, she
Right.
crazy as hell." They gonna put it out there. A man is gonna do behind the scenes stuff, get other people to do stuff. I'm just being honest with y'all. I've met men like
Oh,
that.
you will.
I've had men that I've turned down from helping, because I already see you're not in it for the child. You're in it to spite that woman, and I want no
Right.
parts of that, because I want a man that's really
Right.
legitimate about seeing their child.
Right.
So I look at it from both point of views, and I'm not going to be biased for either. I've always said
Right.
Brianna is bitter. I've seen it in her. She has not changed. I'm not on Brianna's side. I'll make a comment in a group and people say, "Oh, she." No, I'm not. I'm not on Brianna's side. She's bitter. I
No,
told
you
her that.
always said you always been straightforward.
Right,
I gotta
right.
say that 100.
But I also
Like,
got to call
yeah,
Robert
you
out,
always been straight.
because you can't complain about stuff if you're not doing stuff. And people can say, "Oh, well, we don't know what he's doing." Well, I can tell you that everybody hollered at the first saga, and it took a year to get a GAL. So I know, I'm telling you, I've done this. I've worked with fathers. It does not take a year to get a GAL. And if you've
Mhm.
reached out, especially to this organization, like I said, that's when I started noticing something won't right, because I know that this guy would have directed him to get a GAL.
Is it this is what I want to say. Even he didn't do that for a whole year. Is it fair to say that he was like, you know what, I'll just let it just ride the way it is, and he kind of gave up. You know
I
what
don't
I'm
know. I
saying?
just know he did that one
And he
video and
right,
Well,
said,
I'm
and he
thinking I'm
just
thinking he just didn't he
right. He
wasn't
didn't push.
active with the Fathers United.
Right.
He
That's what I
probably wasn't
mean.
as active as he probably
no.
used them in the past, but I don't think he was as active
Right.
to giving them information, telling them everything was going on. He
Mm-hmm.
probably wasn't utilizing them for this
At
Brianna
all.
situation. So
Right.
I think that because like you said, if he was, then they would have gave him
Mm-hmm.
everything, all the information he needed to move on. It
Because it
wasn't
was.
until
Absolutely.
it wasn't until
Because it.
Vibe with Sean pretty much brought it up in this saga,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he moved on it then. But we got
Mm-hmm.
to give him credit. He did move. He did
Yeah.
move on it.
Yeah.
The problem I have with it is that when he got into mediation, that soft spot for Brianna
Right.
kicked on
Mm-hmm.
in, and he
Mm-hmm.
let it go.
Yeah.
Now
We
you
saw that.
had it in place for all the right reasons, and then when you got into mediation, you trusted her all over again, thinking that
Mm-hmm.
she was gonna come around and start doing right by you, and then now we're back at this situation where she's
And you
Right.
know what, DM? I'm glad you said that because every fucking time that he give Brianna grace, like Denise
hmm
said, she gonna fuck him over.
that's a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
fact.
Every time.
So instead of we can't criticize all the moving parts about what Robert didn't do. He did at least file that GAL. That was reported in that document. The problem is his attorney is not even advising him of things, and she's getting paid by him. That's another
Exactly. That's some
disappointing
stuff.
thing about
Yes.
it. Somebody's taking your money but not helping you out. They're not that concerned. And I've been through that where attorneys get bigger cases than yours and it is requiring more time. So they're not really, they're taking on more on their plate when they got your case and they only dealing with it when they want to get around to it or when it's required. So
Mm.
Yeah.
you got to sometimes know when your attorney is really there and attentive to your situation and you're a priority and treating you like a priority, and when they're not. And when they're off also just oblivious to your situation and not giving you the best advice. So you have to then know when to switch up. But I think Us men sometimes we get once we think we even retained an attorney, we think we made we we about our business. But the
Right.
business, the order of business does not stop at that point. And sometimes that comes with hard lessons learned. You have to stay on your attorney's ass. You have to get them
Yeah,
on
you
their
do.
job. You got to push them, say, hey, I'm paying you this money, and
Mm-hmm.
this is happening to me. What are my rights? What am I up against? What is y'all gonna do about it? Like, you can't just let somebody sit with your case on their desk and do nothing until it's just time to just, oh, I'm gonna just file an emotion, or I'm gonna just file this, or, and you're not
Yeah.
advising him based on his legal rights as a man and as a father. And I think it's good to know that Fathers United exists. I didn't know they exist. So
Yeah.
if I retain an
I
attorney,
didn't.
I
They've
will be
been
just
around
now
for a
finding out,
long
hey,
time.
Fathers United, I didn't know nothing about them. But I
Yeah,
got an
I
they've
didn't know
been
attorney.
about
around.
neither. Said Denise spoke on it last year.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
me an attorney, and the attorney should be handling their business because this is what they get paid to do. So,
Yeah.
what would you trust more, the Fathers United advice or the attorney that's supposed to be handling your case? And
Hmm.
so you're stuck there trying to figure out, okay, I got an attorney, but they're not telling me X, Y, and
Right.
Z.
So,
Yeah, I agree. But I think if he does not want saga number two
hmm.
to
Saga
go in
number
to go into full force.
2030.
He
Hmm.
handle all this stuff behind the scenes. I wouldn't speak about it, not another word. I do everything behind the scenes. That will listen. That's the worst thing. That will eat a bitter baby mama up. To don't address it.
Mm-hmm.
Do not
Yeah.
address it and let that court order speak. That's all. Cause
Cause you.
that's taking the power back from her.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't doing nothing
Yes,
but giving her the power.
Yeah,
You
cause
letting her tell
absolutely.
you when you
she's
gonna get your
feeding
child,
him.
and you even
Yeah.
got a court order, and you letting her know.
Mm-hmm.
You letting that girl tell you when you gonna get your child, and you got a court order in your hand.
Now
Yeah.
you own it right there, now Denise. You
Yes, she
saying a
is.
mouthful
Man,
because
Yeah.
that's what the problem has been for these last couple of years, where it seemed like she was holding all the cards. She had all the
Mm-hmm. All
power.
the
Now
control.
you got the court order. Exercise your rights with that order and stick to it. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
would advise him to do. That's exactly what I would advise
Yeah,
him to do.
no,
And
you gotta take the gloves off. Stop playing with her.
yeah,
She's not a full deck. Something wrong with that girl. So you gotta move around her. That's your
yeah.
child. You wanna see your child? That's it. That's all here,
he
Judge.
can he can
Enough.
absolutely turn all of this around.
Yeah,
Now,
he
now,
can.
now he says, now the
Oh,
thing
sorry, I
about
didn't mean to
people
cut y'all
coming in.
off. DM, read
Mhm.
your comments if you in the comment,
I, I'm
DM.
I'm reading it. I just read it. I was gonna let Denise finish because she started talking. But thank you,
Okay, go
Joanne.
go ahead, Denise, and then
Yeah,
Joanne.
go
I
ahead.
mean,
I'll read.
Right.
I'll
I
address it.
agree with that. I
Go ahead,
agree with
Denise.
that too, what she said about social media. Like he's but I think he's fighting because he feels like his reputation is torn. But see, one thing he needs to understand. He's not gonna ever have a page where nobody's gonna come in and bring up Brianna's name. He's not going to ever have a page where nobody's going to never come in and say anything negative about him. She's not
Mhm.
going to never have a page where somebody's not going to come in and call her bitter. She's not going to have a page where somebody's not going to ever come in and bring up Robert's name. Both of them are going to have to realize this. They're not celebrities, but you are people that are on Facebook that have a following, and everybody is not going to like you, and you're not going to make everybody like you, right? So they're not going to agree with you, and you're not going to make everybody agree with you. But who cares? You can't keep answering it and like she said, windmilling and doing posts, doing lives and
Mhm.
defending. Because why are you defending yourself if you already know you should not have to defend? The only way you're gonna have somewhat of a private, normal life and still be on social media is to handle majority of your stuff behind the scenes. Stop bringing it
Mhm.
to social media.
I seen something today where a narcissist therapist was saying that as far as you can't let them know your hand. You gotta move in silence.
Well, well,
And that's what Robert should be doing.
I agree.
I heard someone say that today, and I
I
was
agree,
like,
Lisa.
wow.
I agree, but I think Lisa, you've been one of the main ones that's been saying that throughout this saga
Yeah.
about moving in silence. But let me read Joanne's comment. It says the other problem too, D Ham, is he is too busy windmilling on social media,
Mhm.
defending instead of
Yeah.
focusing on the main issues, and that's truly fighting for his daughter. Let me say this, Joanne. Let me address this. I think Denise
Awareness.
said a mouthful, and
All right.
Joanne, and I mean Lisa just pretty much sealed it with what she said. But I think Robert knows that. Now let me say this: his brand is I think his brand has took a hit.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
what I believe is going through his mind, and then let me tell you what I think he should do. But let me tell you what I think is going on with him, and this is just my opinion. I think he's trying to salvage his
Mhm.
brand because his personal business is already out here, and it
Yeah.
seems like it's not going to ever leave the social media stratosphere. So what he tends to do is go on social media and 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 let people make their own conclusion based on what's happening because his ex baby mama, well, his ex wife is not going to allow him to have peace when it comes to social
Right.
media, and they both use
Mm-hmm.
social media to fight against each other, whether
Mhm.
it's whether it's to defend themselves or whether it is to prove that they're not doing what they're saying that the other person is doing. However, they're defending. So I would advise Robert this, similar to what Denise said: get off the social media with your personal business, regardless of what the ex do, right? Because everybody's done already formed their opinion. Now, what the other content creator over there is doing now is rehashing it to tear his brand down even further. Um, I I would get legal team for her. I would fight her legally. Um, but his baby mama, I would not fight or address her no more on this social media app. But
Absolutely
then
not.
what I would do is switch up how I present myself, rebrand yourself,
Rebrand. Yep.
and
Yep.
get off the
Yes.
skit train and start doing podcasts, communication, and talks and breaking stuff down and try to get you a new audience and build yourself back up to the status you used to be, just doing it in a different
Yes,
way.
yes.
But I would do
Absolutely.
that.
How
Have
about the
come
real
on
father
through.
gang? The real
Come
father gang
through.
was a good thing that I thought. I
But you
thought
know
he
what,
was going to
DM?
do
I think
something
you
with
could
that.
bring him a nice office,
Yeah,
bring him a nice office, start him a podcast,
yeah,
and go off of what he went through, interview fathers that
Yep.
came out of abusive relationships. I'm
right.
telling you, he will fucking blow.
He will blow
Okay?
up.
But hold on,
Let's,
hold on. But
like
at
right
the
now,
same,
let's fall back from them skits,
yep.
fall back from them skits, fall back from Brianna. Fuck that
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
Go find you a nice business place. No, I'm being serious.
That's
You
Yeah,
know,
true.
cause Robert got taste. I can say that he got taste. He know how to decorate, lay your shit out. Start getting you some business cards. Put your business cards out there. I know you got
Yep.
a manager. Work with your manager. Let your manager get people for you. I'm telling you, boy, your fucking business will blow.
yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to
Yeah.
rebrand himself now
Rebrand.
because
That's
they
exactly
Yeah.
done
right.
tarnished
Yeah.
they done tarnished his whatever he done did and what and when you write D and Denise, he he ain't got nothing to regret. Like, dude, you can't redo what you've done. Like, it's
Right.
gonna be so difficult to be the next Peak Truth doing skits. So many people done ran with. Even if he pioneered that, he needs to take a pat on the back. Say, you know what? I did pioneer the skit game. I got to rebrand, and it's just time to rebrand.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Absolutely.
He
And
had
I
to
think,
rebrand when he met her, right? He rebranded. He did totally.
yes,
He was a different content creator before he met her, and then when he met her and started doing skits with her, so he rebranded to include her. Now he needs to brand to not include her. That's
Right.
including not sending shots. It don't
All
matter
of
if
that.
she send 100 of them. It don't matter if she send 100 of them.
and
He
I
has
don't
to
know
learn
if he
to
still got
rebrand
that.
himself without her, and that means to stop sending shots because he does send them. He does
Yeah,
send them.
Oh yeah, he do.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
you got to rebrand. I thought he
and
was
I
going to
don't
do
know if he
something with
still
the
got
real
that
father
studio.
gang.
Cause y'all remember he had a studio already. He had a nice studio. I don't know if he
Yeah.
still have that. You know, that would be something if he got go in there, get that shit together, baby. Start interviewing single fathers, even moms that went through breakups. You know what I'm saying? That shit would blow. That man, your podcast would be. I'm telling you. And you can still do your podcast maybe like 1 or 2 days out of a week. You do your podcast. Then you know if you got to go out of town and do a show or whatever, you can do that. But that's still rebuilding your brand.
And Robert is built for that.
yeah. He can handle that, and
Yes, he
I think
can.
he just got like basically what's in Robert's mind is skits. It's been skits because he believes, and I think a lot of y'all probably can agree that he probably was one of the first ones doing it, and
Yeah.
so knowing that that's how he became the truth that we all know, it's probably hard for him to let it go. I would say
Yeah,
let it go, move on from it, and rebrand.
yeah.
That's what I would
Yeah.
tell him. That's what I
I
would
Yeah.
mean,
advise him to
no,
do,
I agree.
and move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, because even to see him as I see him when he did that podcast, he's just so inviting that he can
Yeah,
groom an audience and get people on board. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when God said, leave negative energy and things alone, you will
Hmm.
start to flourish. And as what's going on now, as long as he's in the cipher with that, it's not going to be good for him. So it's
Hmm.
best that he move accordingly and start it over because I
and do
believe
you know how many
he can change it
followers
around.
he would get? He would get a
Yeah,
whole new audience. He
yeah.
Yeah.
wouldn't even worry about the negative shit people say about him. He
Amen.
wouldn't even worry
Amen.
about that.
And
Yeah.
that's the
And
thing.
I'm a firm believer of things happen for a reason. And I think he wonders why all this came, to the drama on social media. But it could be, something that was meant for him to speak out about, and he didn't. He might need to take that and go with it. Sometimes
Right.
things are in front of you that you don't necessarily see that you might need to see, and maybe this is what it
Amen.
is. I mean, he had
Amen.
spoke on it one time saying that he was going to do something, like Real Father Gang. And so you remember he did that videos, guys,
Yeah,
was he
I
was
remember
saying,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
Uh-huh.
and I
yeah.
didn't see anything else about it. So maybe get with those brothers at the Charlotte branch of Fathers United, and maybe get with them, and
Mhm.
maybe you might could be the face of Fathers Unite. I don't know, but things
Yeah,
happen for a reason, and certain things are you're called upon to do. You might be called upon to be the face of men that have to deal with stuff like this.
yeah.
You
And
know,
Exactly, Denise.
I think,
Exactly.
and I really think that if you live existence with that, I really think Robert is will be something else phenomenal. That as he is now, it's just that too much energy. And once he get that energy out the way, he gonna be on board.
yeah, because
Straight
this
up.
is
That's
a
how I
dark
feel.
energy, y'all. This when
It
people
is
say
a
that,
dark
I'm not. This
energy.
is a dark, and everything
No,
evolved
for real,
around
for
this is
real.
a dark energy. It
It
is.
is. And see,
Like all
Denise,
the lives that he do every day, put that into getting you a podcast, going live
yes,
on your podcast,
yes,
bringing
yes,
people on your podcast. Get you another phone, a business number. Have people even call in to tell their story. You
yep,
know, you
Yep.
got people you talk to them. Have people even call in to say their opinion, how they feel about your guest that's on your podcast at that time. Robert can blow. He can
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
blow.
but he also,
I'm telling you.
but he has to change. Listen, I know the United Father thing is, and Real Father Gang is big, but he has to really steer clear of his past, because in those court
Yeah.
Amen.
docs,
He gotta
Amen.
let it go. He gotta let it
in those
go. Gotta
in
let
those
it
court
go.
docs, it's telling him and her that social media can't be influenced to harm the other person. So if that means, if you can't really go into your divorce or your marriage prior, like you gotta leave, you gotta really change up the
A new
uh
beginning.
Mm-hmm.
you gotta almost change up the content to
Yeah.
something and more probably about just being a man, or being it, maybe, I don't know, it could be just being a content
Right.
creator, whatever it could be. It got to
Exactly.
be something that's not too close to where you're talking about what you've been through, because they got it in the court
Wow.
documents, and
Yeah. And
he'll be in
you and
Right, but
violation.
what I'm saying to you, DM, he can build his podcast to talk to other people about what they've been through or could be
Yeah,
going through now as men. That wouldn't have nothing to
Oh,
do with his marriage.
right,
right.
I agree.
Right. Exactly.
but him sitting in a car waiting on somebody to bring your child for visitation, I think that is unnecessary. I mean, he can do what he want to do, but why even do that? I think we all know what the point of that was. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's why I feel like it's nitpicking.
Yeah.
It's oh well, I'm gonna give him a little bit longer because I know people have flat tires and people are late. I mean,
Making
I just
excuses.
feel like that was a lot of sarcasm, and I read right straight through it. A judge will read right straight through that. I can tell you now that the judge is not going to like that. The judge might put in that if when you're waiting for the child or any exchanges, you are not to be on camera. Because I think that was unnecessary in my opinion. Like, what was the point of that though? You know, I
I
just don't.
agree. I agree with you. It's, in other words, Denise, they both have
Everything.
to mature. They both
Yeah.
have to mature and grow up
Right.
from that
Yeah.
situation.
Right.
I agree. I think they both got to mature, and he has to move away from social media that has
Yeah,
anything to do with his ex, with
yeah.
what she's brought to this internet, and he has to go in a different direction. That
Yeah,
Yeah.
is
he got to
it.
rebrand, just like you said. And I'm reading Brittany comment with Brittany. He can't do a podcast on narcissism because he don't know anything about it. But he
Right.
can definitely do a podcast.
Right. Yeah.
He have to really get studied for that. He
Mhm.
don't know anything about that because he don't even know he's dealing with one. So he can't do a podcast off of that
On
because
that. No.
he wouldn't have anything to offer the people. Meaning he can't say, what can he say about it? He have to educate himself on it first. That's what I'm saying.
And
But
And
what
he
I'm
has to
saying, he can definitely do a podcast off of um um men coming out of abusive relationship with women,
yeah. Yeah.
things of that nature. But he can't do a podcast on narcissistic because he don't know
Right.
anything about it.
Because he has to be, and especially with that, you got to go to a doctor. You got to take many sessions. You got to be clinically with a doctor and therapist about that.
Yeah, he needs
So
to get
that's the only way
counseling.
he can't do that because he needs to
But
learn what that is.
let me just say this, guys, and then I got to step down. And another reason why he needs to do it is, let me tell you, if he wants to have any future with another
Hmm.
woman, right? Another good, decent woman, you are not going to be able to keep these shenanigans up because any woman in their right mind can read straight through this. I'm sorry. Some of the
Yeah.
little pettiness, some of the little
Yeah.
pettiness, I would be very hesitant to deal with a man that I see going back and forth with his baby mama. I'm
Right.
sorry. I,
Yeah.
I'm going
You're right. You're
I'm
right.
gonna be very
I get
hesitant
you. Hmm.
because and I'm gonna be behind you 100% now, but I'm gonna be behind you 100% at court. I'm not gonna be behind you 100% on social media going back and forth being petty. I'm gonna be behind you 100% in court. Holding the documents for you, wait for him to call your name and giving you the documents and tell you going up there and do your thing. I'm not going to be on social media swinging my arms with you. No, sir. Uh-uh.
So you think, Denise, you think like when we pick up the baby, you think he should not be live? I agree with you. I think he shouldn't be live neither.
No, I don't think he should go live
When
picking her
It's
up.
too much. It's too much. It's too much. It is.
I mean, that's
It's
his child.
I
I think
said
he should
that,
be able to put his
and
child
I
on
love
social
Latrice.
media if he wants to, but not doing the
Yeah,
exchange, not waiting. I'm
yeah,
gonna be honest with you. I believe that going live, in my opinion, was to say, yeah, she's not bringing her. I think he knew she was not bringing her, and I think this was another thing to say, hey, but he did not have to do that. Like, you didn't have to prove to us. Why are you trying to prove to us that she's not letting you see your child? We're not the judge. You don't have to prove anything to us. And that's why I think the disconnect might be coming from. It's like he feels like he has to prove to us. You don't have to prove to us anything. You just have to take what you got to the court and prove it to the judge, not to us.
yeah. I
Yeah, I
understand.
agree.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
Because
I think
proving it to
maybe.
us is just gonna continue keeping yourself going through hell. That's what you're gonna keep going through, trying to prove it to us, because the only thing
That's
that's
it.
gonna cause is her supporters to feel some sort of way against you, and your supporters to feel some sort of way against her, and that's where all this extra drama is coming from. That's all they're gonna do. But if you prove it
Yeah,
to the judge, that's gonna shut everybody up. That's gonna shut
yeah.
everybody up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I agree with that, Denise.
That's
I
the
think
person
like
who should be
I
doing it.
think when he's transporting the baby back with her, I wouldn't go live. After he dropped the baby back off and the baby's completely back with her, then if you want to go live and talk about whatever, he could. Then I think when he's waiting for the baby, I think he shouldn't go live. Yeah, I think that was try to like see some of the situation down because then you got all the other people. Yeah, you just want to show us you this and show us you that. You doing this for that. You doing this for that. So it's a lot of backlash. You know
right.
what I mean?
And they definitely doing that.
I mean, you got
You
to
know what
remember,
I'm saying?
a bitter baby mama wants to see that you're bothered, right? The
That's
Yes.
way to show a bitter baby mama is that you're not bothered. Even if you are bothered, you cannot show it. That
right.
means no pettiness, no throwing shots. Do what you got to do in terms of that court order. If she violating any aspect or term on that court order, you ain't got to blast it on social media. You ain't got to come and hint around and beat around the bush to make people think. No, you need to handle this stuff outside of social media. Go to court, do what you got to do, and leave it at that. That's going to bother her the most. But you on social media, with you saying, "Oh, I'm waiting for my daughter" and all of that, she looking at that video, having an orgasm off of it. Then she loved it. She
Yeah.
loved it.
Yes,
Fact.
Denise.
She
Yes,
loved
That's a
it.
fact.
absolutely.
So I mean, you gotta learn what to play with and what not. He just needs to stop. He playing with her. They playing, both of them.
Right.
It's both of them. It's
Yeah.
not just one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So something gonna have to stop. Something gonna definitely have to stop. Somebody
Yes.
gonna have to be the bigger person. And we
Yeah.
know Brianna is not gonna be the bigger person because
nope.
we know she's sick as hell.
Yeah. She's definitely not the bigger person.
Yeah. And
You
you
know?
and we already know. Like now, I and you know what? I want to say this. I don't know if Robert did or didn't, but I sure would have put in that decree of everything for John Boy. Do not post my daughters. My daughter. Don't go live with my
I think it's
daughter.
in it. Somebody said it's in it.
Oh, it is.
That he's not supposed to post. That's what I heard, and
Oh,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
said it.
so
it's a
I will
fact.
be running to the courts then.
No,
That's
nobody's
one
supposed to
reason.
post that little girl. Not the mama, the
Right.
daddy, the siblings, and nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh boy.
they've already done violated. And
Violated.
Violated. Yeah, big time.
So
So
listen.
wait
So
a
both
minute,
of them can
DM.
basically
So
take each
DM, you
other,
telling
right?
me nobody can post her but Robert?
no, nobody
No,
can post them at
nobody.
all.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
I think the judge probably just wants the child off of social media in general, because the judge
Period.
can probably see that it was back and forth. So the judge probably said, you know what? To cut this out, I'm going to say nobody post.
Right.
Nobody post. That
Right.
judge saw the back and forth. That judge wasn't
Yeah.
stupid. He saw
Oh
all the motions and all of that.
wow.
So the judge probably
So
said.
So let me ask you a question. Do Brianna know that he went live with the baby in a car and showed the baby?
Yeah, yeah. That's why when you seen the Mora break down the court docs, she had to admit that both of them are in violation, but she went one sided with
all the time.
dragging Robert through the fact that he ain't picking up the child, he ain't doing this, he held up the divorce, which is all lies. The
100%.
the lie is he never held up the divorce. Um, he had to file certain things, emotions, to counter some of the things that Brianna was already filing, and to put certain things in place. But he did not hold up the divorce, and on top of that, uh, they try to present it like he's doing everything wrong when really they both can be considered doing something wrong
Yep.
when they're not when if
The
he's
thing.
not getting the child based on some of the dates that's there for him to get her, and he's just saying, hey, I gotta work, whatever it could be. He's not wrong, but Brianna is presenting it as if, yo, since I got sole custody in the sense of a custodial parent, I can trump whatever you're doing and not allow you to get your child. So they're both wrong
Yeah,
in
both
Mhm.
of them
when
is
it comes
in
to those things.
violation of the order. Both
Yeah.
of them is, and I don't think she's doing that D-Ham because she's saying she got physical custody. I think she's taking the terms of it because they don't probably have it spelled out to say that if Father's Day or whatever holiday falls on a regular visitation day, that you have to let that person, you have to honor the holiday. The holiday trumps the regular visitation. What it
Okay.
is she's probably saying is, wait a minute, it was my weekend. I don't care if it was Father's Day or whatever. I don't care if it was this day. It was my weekend. So my weekend, then you don't get it on my weekend. And unless it's specifically said and the reason why I say this is because that's what happened in my husband's situation. They didn't put it in there to say. So what I told him to do, that's fine. Go down there, file a contempt. He filed a contempt,
Yeah.
went back in front of the
Yeah.
judge, it just explained to the judge, and guess what he did? He entered it
Uh
in. That was it. Never had a problem
okay.
anymore.
Okay.
Right.
Let me acknowledge Vibe with Sean is in the building. Um Hello Queen. She's in the building. She just had a magnificent live and broke down these docs. I'm gonna have to go rewatch it on replay. But I watched it live, and I'm gonna have to go back and go over some of this stuff because I think she did a great job explaining the documents in its entirety, as far as how it's been broken down for the in layman's terms for us to understand.
Yeah, she
And
did
I
do
think,
good.
yeah,
I was in her bushes the whole time. She did do good. She
yeah,
did a really good job. She broke it down fast. She did slow because a lot of stuff I wasn't
exactly.
really understanding. But once I heard her break it down, I'm like, oh, okay, I
It
got it.
made sense. Now
Yeah.
she did say, let's make this correction because she says this here. Both parents can post the child on social media, but nobody else can.
Right.
So
Okay.
so
Okay.
we definitely gonna miss we gonna miss some of the we gonna get some of this document stuff wrong because we're not as maybe not Denise, but I know I didn't retain it all like I need. but she said both parents can post the child, but not anyone else. So when Johnny Boy did what he did, he violated. And if I'm the truth, I mean I wouldn't say go
So
get this
so
dude.
why did LaTrue go back to the courts when that would happen?
Right.
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 I think he definitely
Why
need to go
didn't he
back to the
go when
court.
she didn't let him get the visitation?
He need to go back
Yeah.
to the
So,
yeah
Those are two violations right there.
yep.
yeah
See?
Two. The
Two.
day. Yeah. Father's Day and
I
when she
mean,
went
and
away for her birthday.
like I said, I can't make. I'm not going to. Nope. I fought for this man, right? You
I
know what I'm
know
saying?
you
Meaning
did.
we was on. Tell it true. We was on here, And we hours of speaking up and saying he deserves to be in, see his child in his child's life. At the end of the day, ain't got time for him to be sitting back now. This woman is going to continue to do it. It's no use in trying to talk to her or reason. You got a court
Right.
order. Use that court order and take that woman to court. If you don't
That's
want to do
it.
it, then don't complain. Bottom
I
line,
Right.
agree.
don't
Right.
complain.
But see, it's time for him to get that John boy too. John boy done got away with a lot of shit with his
Yes.
daughter. He has got away with a lot of shit. Okay,
Because a
posting his
real,
daughter and
uh,
doing
uh,
all
uh,
type of evil shit.
a real man about it, that'd have been a different situation.
Yeah.
Stop
See, but
playing with
this
people's
what I
kids.
say with the other person though. One thing about, like, when you go to court and that person has a significant other or somebody around, right? Unless it's in the thing that nobody is allowed to be around the person, unless that's in there, right? She can have him around. So I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, it's nothing he's going to be able to do about that, right? At the end of the day, right now, it's nothing he can do about that. The only thing I say with that is that I believe in something called karma, right? And I feel like he shouldn't, it's since there's nothing he can do about it, trust and believe that if is there any wrongdoing, if there's any malicious, karma will come back to bite either one of them in the behind. I'm talking
Yeah.
about Bree and Janelle. Don't worry,
Yeah.
karma will come back on them. Trust me. Trust me.
Hmm.
God is
Hmm.
gonna protect his kids, and God ain't gonna let nothing happen to that baby girl. But what he needs to not do is argue the fact, because then he will come off just like a bitter baby mama will argue the fact. There is such thing as
Right.
a bitter baby daddy. He will come off as, oh, he's just bitter, he's just mad. If you base everything on this man, this man, this man, this man, just like if a woman come to court and say something about a man's girlfriend or a man's significant other, right? So it
Mhm.
works
Mm-hmm.
both ways. We can't just say look at it one way. If she
Right.
starts saying something about Miss Season, right? We all gonna say she don't have the right to say it, right? So if
Mhm.
we saying something about Jonelle, well, we can say we know that this happened, right? But he has not been convicted in a court of law, right? So if he says, "Oh, well, I don't want my child around him," then people can say the same thing. Well, you can't say that, and if your child is around somebody else too. So I would just say he just needs to, of course, if he thinks that anything is going on, to his child, absolutely report it, But like I said, it goes back to he's going to have to learn you cannot fight everybody. What battle is it that you want to fight? Okay, because she's with him now, but who's to say how long she will be with him? So you gonna fight every man that she come around that gonna be around your child? You can't. It's certain things you're
Well,
gonna
I
have to
don't
learn
think
that
he
when
will
you're.
fight every man though,
I
Denise.
don't think you right.
I don't think he will fight every man respectfully, if he's a real man and respects his wishes as a man when it comes to his daughter. We're dealing with a child in a grown man's body dealing with Janelle. And
Right.
we know Janelle is evil just like Rihanna. And we
Hmm.
know that everything Janelle does, Rihanna approves of it and she likes it and she laughs and she thinks the shit is okay because she wants to hurt Robert. But if a
Right.
real man
Right.
came in Brianna's life, I don't think Robert would feel this way about his child.
Well, she not gonna get
Robert
no
Right.
real
knows
man because
John
a
Right.
Boy
real man ain't
is
gonna
not
want
a real
nobody.
man.
Because a
Ain't no
real
real
man
man
gonna
gonna
check
want
that
somebody
at the
like her.
door. Right. He's
Mm-mm.
gonna check that at the door automatically.
And a
He's
real
not gonna
man gonna give
tolerate
Robert
that.
respect when it comes to his daughter. A real
Yeah,
man gonna give
that's what
Robert
I'm talking
respect.
about. Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. The
Brianna
respect level.
allowed this shit to happen. She allowed this shit to
Yeah.
happen with John. But she got to remember, her and
Mhm.
John Boy gonna have a baby now. Okay, tables can
Yeah.
turn. Y'all might not be together
That's right.
forever. And a man come in your life and do your baby the same motherfucking way you did Robert's son and daughter, and you ain't gonna like it. I can
Well,
guarantee you, because karma is a bitch.
Gonna-
no. Let me
He's
tell you
gonna
when she
go through
really gonna
something.
have a fit. And y'all think it's a lie. I have not seen Robert post. Now I may not, because I don't look at, I don't look at all the content. I haven't seen Robert post that little girl with his friend.
Right.
Have you seen
Absolutely.
And
that?
Robert
Not
got
one time.
Have
Not
you
one
seen them
time.
together? I have not seen it one time
Never.
together. Now you listen to me now. When it happens, if you think that she
Hmm.
petty now,
Oh
when
my
he
goodness.
start posting that little girl and that woman together in a video, first video you see, that man gonna catch hell. So that's why
Absolutely.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm telling you. But he
Yeah.
has every right. If this is gonna be somebody that's, he's there. I'm not saying about his relationship. Just a friend is gonna be around the child. He deserves that lady should be able to be around the child.
He a man
But
at the end of the
Right.
day. He
but
deserves happiness.
I'm telling you that as soon as that it's seen, watch her reaction. Y'all remember me saying it on this day? I'm trying to tell you, watch her reaction. And you know what? Couldn't have been me, because if it was me, it would have been posted. It would have been posted. You hear me? Because you're going to keep my child away from me and do all that stuff. See, I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm not going to get on a video and boo-hoo about how I can't see my child. That's fine. I'm going to go to the courts, go ahead and take my contempt charges. And the next time my child comes with me and my lady, you going to see it, baby. You would see
Absolutely.
it. You would see it. No, nothing even got to be said, because that's going to move mountains. You hear me? That's going to move mountains. She ain't seen it yet. She knows it. She ain't seen it yet.
And you
When
right
she
on, Miss
see it,
Lewis. I agree with that.
mm,
If she had that baby and John Boy had that baby around another woman, oh shit, baby, she ain't gonna like that. But her karma is gonna get her. All this shit she's doing to Robert, that shit gonna come out and smack her in her fucking face. And then she said one day in her life, I just stopped hiding my pregnancy, because God wanted me to just come out and say I was
Oh
pregnant,
boy.
you know, Angel, this beautiful baby I'm going to have. Girl, everything God didn't do, honey. Everything's not a part of God. Okay?
Ain't
Let
that
me say that. Okay? Now, let me tell you. God loves his children. Okay?
hmm.
But everything is not a part of God. Okay? This just might be your mother karma gonna come back and bite you in your ass
Yeah.
because you so much a sick ass woman. You don't look at it that way.
Mm-hmm. She's sick. Not a nice person at all.
Oh no, she would never be a nice person ever in her
Yeah.
life.
She's just not a nice
Yeah, I
person.
agree.
Yeah.
all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and step down. D,
Okay,
are you
now.
you come on at night now? Cause I be missing
Yeah.
you in the day now.
Oh, I'm gonna be doing day again once I get my everything back the way I want it. I'm gonna do like some days and some nights. I'm just gonna switch it up,
Okay. So what time do you come on at night? Normally this time now?
like 8:30. Yeah.
Oh,
8:30.
okay.
Only reason I pushed my live back tonight because I didn't want to miss what Sean was saying. Her live was so good, so I just pushed it back. I had it set
Okay.
for 8:30, but I had pushed it back because I didn't want to miss her live.
All right.
Right.
Well, now I know I'll be tuning in. I was like, what in the world? I was like,
Mhm.
where am I missing
Right.
her?
What's
Okay.
up, right? Surprise me too. I'm her left hand, right hand.
Right?
Yeah,
All
I'm gonna
right.
be
Have a
going
good
back
night, guys.
doing live. Okay, Denise, and thanks for coming up, baby.
All right. Bye bye.
All right, Denise.
Yeah, she gonna get her shit back, Ham. She is.
Yeah.
She gonna see it. She just think everything's a game right now because narcissists they always think shit is a game. They don't
Ooh,
think
Mm-hmm.
shit is real, until things come back to haunt them. But
Right.
see, Robert gonna get his turn too. And when I say Robert gonna get his turn, Robert gonna sit back and see all the shit she gonna go through with this man, with this baby. That's what
oh
I'm saying.
yeah.
He gonna get his turn.
Yeah. Yeah. It's her time.
Yeah, she gonna get her
Oh,
turn.
yeah. It's her
If she
time.
thinks she's not going to get it, she got another thought coming. You got to get back what you put out,
Right. All
and she
this
has
was
been doing wrong.
all this was a natural setup from the gate. It was just clout chasing from the gate. I just think that she never even really loved Robert, to be honest.
Well, I can tell you that. No, she did not. A narcissist doesn't love.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say this. They do know what love is.
Hmm.
They do. They know what love is,
Aware of it.
but they don't want to love.
Right. Hmm.
They don't want to love.
And I think when
Come in everybody's relationship in everybody's lives because they want to destroy people
right,
or they want to come up. It's something a narcissist sees in you they want that they after.
of course. And it just
Right.
goes back to the day when she was on that beach with him and she said, I've been a hoe.
Yes.
Yeah. So she already told her story right there. So
Mm-hmm.
now she had to continue and work with it. Let me see what I can get out this deal. Manifested, planned it, plotted. She did everything.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
story is done been told right there. And all these people, oh, listen, she told her story. But Robert still had compassion and love, and still he loved. She didn't. And that's what happened.
Right,
And
and
now, as you see,
I did see a video today. Well, I guess Robert came out to take accountability. You know, when he said that one time when he cursed Brie out and said
uh-huh.
he will knock her fucking wigs off and shit like that. But he came out and he took accountability for it. That
Yeah,
doesn't mean that he was a liar. At the time, he was in a rage because of the things that she was saying to him. And we all should know as women, if we come at a man twisted like that,
they're
especially
gonna
when you
come back
see a
at you.
man that's not his child, how do you
Right.
expect a man to handle that when you
Mm-hmm.
sit in his face and tell him that's not your child?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
do you know what a real gangster nigga
Well,
would have
knock
beat her
her head
ass?
off. Yep.
They would have beat her ass. See,
Yep.
Robert
Facts.
not like that.
Mm. He
Robert
a
not like that.
gentleman.
But Robert ate that shit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah,
Mhm.
because real dude, nah, she wouldn't even had a chance.
So I
And she
don't think
did that.
Robert ever lied about um cursing her out when he said she
No, he
slept.
said he did.
Well,
He
wait a
said he
minute.
did.
She said that something about the Deacon. The Deacon had more money than Robert and all that shit. And why would you even say
Yeah.
that? Some shit like that. She
Mhm.
needs to be put out and took accountability for telling your husband like that in an argument. That still was your husband at the time.
Yep.
Tell your husband that the Deacon had more money than you. What the fuck?
Yes. Yes. She's evil. Straight
Mhm.
up. Straight up.
And this
Mhm.
You know.
baby not yours?
Hmm.
Nobody don't see that
That's
was
a hard pill
evil?
to swallow. That's a hard pill to
Yes.
swallow.
And I know most of us up here as women have grandsons and sons. How would you
Mhm.
feel if your son come and tell you that a female said this might not be his baby and she slept with my friend? How I'm just using this as an example when I say
Yeah.
well, how the fuck would you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm quite sure you're gonna go crazy when your son tell you some shit like that. So you think
Amen.
Mhm.
Robin didn't feel some type of way when she said that the Dickin had more money than him and
Yeah.
the baby
Mhm.
might not be his? I mean, nobody seen nothing wrong with her saying that.
He did
Right.
demasculated him when she said that. Yeah. That's part of the manhood. How you do that to someone you love or claim to be girl.
And then before she started recording Robert, right? We don't know what made her start the recording Robert. We don't know what was said before the recording. See, she started recording Robert when Robert started threatening her he was gonna take that fucking wig off her head.
Yeah,
I remember
she
that.
definitely got up underneath his skin.
Oh
She
yeah.
sure no did.
Yeah. But see,
Yeah.
people gotta stop acting like a man don't have everybody has a boiling point. You know what I mean? He didn't put hands on you, but if you called him a B and he cursed you out, that's regular couple mess. You know what I'm saying? But he
Yeah.
still did not abuse you, girl. He don't even have a record of domestic violence. And this is
I,
what bothers me the most. That day could have been changed forever because of what you said on that phone and what you said he had.
I, I,
They could have
I,
came in there and did a Amo Diallo, and that happened in New York.
mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Because some of these officers don't think it's a reaction first. Then what?
Yeah.
So
What
that's the
you gonna
only
say,
thing I could
DM?
never ever respect her. And I don't care if she come here and say sorry 10 times. That will always stick in my head because I have some black sons. You have a son. Miss D got sons. Just Chat got sons. So that would never change for her, for me, with her. No way. I, that's like a hand underneath my chin. Check out. I can't. And then you play with DV when there's people, women, and men being abused every single day, every minute, every hour.
Well, you know what? I ain't even gonna talk about her abuse because it wasn't no abuse.
No, I'm not saying right. You're right, Miss D, but I'm saying in general what she displayed out here, the lie, where people are really went through something. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know
What
she a
you
liar.
saying, DM?
I'm just saying the behavior that could have caused, that could have been a triple effect, that could have been something else, you know, and
Right.
you playing with that. That's what I'm talking about. We got to be careful as we see this internet, not just here. We seen all these things happening. You seen the young lady, the lady that unalived her husband in the house, and the mother was there. Remember that one? So this is what I'm talking
Mhm.
about. Things could have happened, and I will never
Mm-hmm.
respect her. Never, never.
What you was gonna say, DM?
No, no, no. I was
Hmm.
just saying. I think it's obvious that he you know that they were verbally, they had verbal exchanges, and we of course she will push him to his limit, but the fact of the matter is, Brianna knows that she was married to probably one of the best men that she ever had, and
Yes.
Yeah.
she didn't want that marriage to end. Not like
No.
she probably, how women do. They they act like you ain't never gonna. It could do whatever they want to you, but you ain't gonna ever go and file. Because most men, you know
Yeah.
how much it takes for a man to go file for a divorce, for a man to really go down to the courthouse or get him an attorney and say, you know what, I'm filing. That normally does. It's normally the woman that will do a filing like that. So she probably never assumed or imagined in her wildest dreams that Robert would get pushed to that limit to file for
Right.
that divorce. And I think, you know, um, she always wanted to make it seem like she was the victim, and she held on to things that she could play and turn against him, and that's what she did. For the woman to even sit there and take a photo of him while he getting out of the shower and hold that until she needed it,
Right.
Yes.
shows you the mindset that she was plotting all the time just in case it never worked
From
out.
the gate.
But she didn't want it
Right.
to end. That's a fact.
I believe
She
that,
wanted to
DM.
use. Yeah, I
But
believe
you know what I
that
believe,
too. I
DM?
believe that's the point.
I believe that she wanted them to be separated, maybe, but didn't want no
Hmm.
divorce.
No, she didn't want no divorce.
Right. No, she didn't want that divorce, please. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
And she went right to his
To be honest,
crib with her raincoat on
to be honest with
and
you, neither one of them are
nothing
doing
under.
better without each other. They were
Yeah.
actually doing the best they ever did when they were together. But Robert chose his sanity. He chose his peace over that marriage. He had to get up out of there.
And I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie, I really enjoyed them in the beginning, you know, when they was taking the kids to the stores and all that. It was just a joy to see a real family, you know. It was just a
Mhm.
joy to see them, and just to
Too
see now,
toxic.
it's like, wow.
That marriage was toxic. And,
Yeah,
and,
it
and you can
was.
tell by the
We
things
ain't
that
gonna
came
lie.
out of it. You know, you can
Right.
tell by the things that came out of it at the end. It was just too toxic.
Yes. So I would never say, oh no, there was no. I saw some real good things, and I used to be like, wow, I like them together and stuff, you know? But God got other plans for Robert, and he gonna be okay. She
Mhm.
gonna be okay too. I don't wish no ill will, but she's just not a healed individual. And as you see, she has behavior patterns from day one. No
Well, first of all, she need to stop every time she meet a man, she want to have a motherfucking
having
baby.
babies.
Because
Yeah,
that's one pattern she got. Then
yeah.
another pattern she got, she want to have a baby so fast when she meet the man. Then she want to get
Mhm.
in a relationship so fast once she meet a man. She let a man move in. You know, she just have patterns. It's not good as a woman. Um,
Not at all.
she have another nasty pattern with her. She bring kids right around her man real fast. She
Yeah,
has some very nasty patterns about herself. And I
yeah,
don't give a fuck what none of her people say. She's nasty.
yeah.
Okay? As soon as you meet a man is around your children. A couple
Mhm.
of months later, less than a year, you're pregnant by a man.
Right.
Okay?
Tell that. Tell that one. You met this man, he already put his hands on your child. Like, I can't with that one. She's too much. Mm. That's the biggest one for me. That.
And people always say, well, it ain't nothing wrong that, she got in another relationship 3 months later. Y'all didn't see nothing wrong with that. And y'all say she was a domestic violence victim, but y'all didn't see nothing wrong with that. Because from what I know, domestic violence victims, they not going into another relationship just like that
You all
because
right?
they are afraid and they're going to be afraid to even talk about their victims. They're not going to come on social media or anything. What they will do, they'll tell people, please don't say nothing. Please don't
Yeah,
say nothing.
yeah,
I
yeah.
did that shit because I was
Mhm.
afraid of them. Okay. So all them slow busted people, I ain't no disrespect with them, but they too fucking slow for me. Okay. They too fucking slow for me. I don't know what side they came from. Because
Right.
I know person from myself, I was scared to tell anybody about that motherfucker.
And scared of your shadow.
Okay? You're going to be scared to come on a platform and talk about your victim.
Right. You're not doing that.
You're going to try to get away in peace.
Right. Right.
You're going to seek counseling and all that fake counseling she said she was getting. She met the lady on Instagram and the lady was giving her counselor. Girl, shut the fuck up because that was the biggest lie you ever told. Okay?
Oh my God. I don't even know what's the biggest lie she done told. She done told so many. Damn. Which one
She
can we count on? Which lie can we count on?
Like that girl is absolutely nuts. That girl is nuts. And people is looking all around her negative behavior. Only thing they looking at is to drag Robbie. Tell Robbie he don't come and get the kids. Tell Robbie he's a deadbeat father. Well, then tell her other kid's father he's a fucking deadbeat. Ask him when the fuck he ever paid child support. Ask him when the last time he fucking paid child support. Ask him why the fuck he didn't come and get them goddamn kids for the fucking summer.
Yeah. They all consumed with her beauty. Girl, I've seen better. You all right. You
Ask
smack it up. You
Jonelle, ask Jonelle why he fucked her neck up. Ask
right.
Jonelle why did he hit her. Ask
Right.
Jonelle why did he punch her son in the chest.
Yeah.
Ask
Yeah.
Jonelle why he bought her that fake ass fucking watch.
Hmm.
Facts.
Ask Jonelle why he always give her flowers and that's it.
Mm-hmm. And I
There's a
was
lot of
by the
questions
car
that need
game
to be
store
answered.
yesterday.
There's a lot of questions to be asked,
It,
but we're
it,
gonna
it
get
is.
answers.
You ain't go like a more admitted to a lot of the. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
I hear you.
She admitted to a lot of the things Janelle's been doing to Brianna, and it's not being spoken on. You know, it was like one live and let it go, just to clear her conscience. But she
Yeah.
said a lot in that live that they're not willing to address because it may affect his career and
When
the
they expect the
NBA.
robber career, they fucked up his
Well,
career.
well, you gotta think that Janelle got Brianna on an NDA, and I think that's where Brianna had reached out to her more to get her to leave Janelle alone and just get back on the truth. And that's why we see her pulling back all those videos on the truth and using. She's trying to recycle those videos to get get paid again on them if she reposts them a certain way because she can't cover the Justin story. And so she's done left Jonelle alone when she admitted to the fact that he's over there taking this girl's money. She said that Brianna paid this man $1,400 to replace his sneakers. Um, he's over there taking this girl's money.
Yeah.
He's abusive to her, cheating on her, but nobody wants to talk about that. The
Yeah.
only thing they want to talk about is the truth,
It's a
because
deflection
the
and it's
truth
a money
is
bag.
the cash cow.
Yeah, it's money bag. That's all it is. And it's sad, like I said, I don't know how you can keep going on about that. And it's, it speaks of your character. But see, God ain't sleep. So
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, just do what you do, but still not right. Because even to say you don't want to do this, how can I speak on someone else and then I'm doing that? But you still did it, and then you still came out and did it again. Like you stopped for 2 seconds. Come on, man. Where's your growth at? That you was
Right.
on the right path. Where's your growth at? No, it still was
it's
always
sad.
in the bond to come out, and it came out. And I just don't really have respect for people like that. That's not nice.
Not at
You
I
all.
mean,
know,
I just don't
'cause this man
understand
did some bad
they
things.
think what Jonelle doing is okay to her. You got
Yeah,
the real abuser living in the fucking house right
wow,
with her.
yeah, yeah, and they condone it. So you coming out telling your 5 minute of fame about him being abuser, we already know that. But come on, you just
Well,
as
I've been
guilty.
said that last year. I've
And
been told Jonelle, I said, Jonelle is beating Brianna ass and the truth is gonna come out one day. I've
yeah,
been said that.
you did say that. You did say that. And you remember, please, I was like, nope, nope, nope. I didn't trust none of that. And look, I was right.
Yeah, it's sad, and it's sad that these women have developed a hatred for the truth. It's so bad to where it's like they allow every other man to be,
Mhm.
I mean, praised and whatever they want to do, set free and let go. But they put all of this focus and energy on this brother. It's
Exactly.
just sad that that's
It
what they're
is.
doing. I have never seen nothing like it in my life.
Ham, the part
Hmm.
that's for me, when you think, oh yeah, she came out to save Jonelle, but he still touched somebody's child. That could have been your grandson, lady.
Yeah,
So for
and
you
that.
to speak on
Hmm.
that's what was appalling about you telling this, but then you telling the story just to come back to the story. Come on, man. No growth
She she
at
told
all.
she told the story to clear her conscience without
Our conscience.
without totally
Right.
going turning without totally throwing Brianna to the wolves. But the woman
Right.
said so much in that one soundbite that
Hmm.
opens up your understanding on what they were actually over there doing together and
Yeah.
committing all of these different crimes because of their hatred for the truth. And
Mhm.
these bees
Yeah.
formed a united front to just kill this brother's brand. Um,
Right.
it's just sad that they said,
It
"Hey, we
is.
can't get you legally. We're gonna get you in a court of public opinion, and we're gonna destroy your brand." And
Right.
that's what they chose to do. These women, all these women, came together, and they still doing it. They would rather talk about the truth, disciplining his child, than to talk about a man being invited into the home, punching a young man in the chest for scuffing up some sneakers. This is the
Right.
this is the danger of these hurt women swarming these
Hmm.
chats and fueling these chats with the hatred and the trauma that they have experienced through relationships, and they're
Yes.
and they're
And you know
fueling
what
these
they had to do
chats.
with their father? Because their father could abuse them.
Yeah.
Exactly. They have developed a hatred and a united front, and they see what Brianna's doing, but they don't think it should be spoken on. They see the narcissism in her, but they don't want to admit. Somebody said she only needs therapy. I think Amor said she only needs therapy because of her living with the truth. No, that girl been needed
Shit.
therapy. She's on her
Shit, that
fifth
girl been
child.
that what that girl had bad fucking trauma since a child. This shit ain't
She's
just
Day
started
on
since she
one.
been messing with the
she's
truth.
on 5 children
Yeah.
with 3 different
Yeah.
men, and only person
Mhm.
that loved her enough to marry her was the truth, and that's the man that they're assassinating. You got to make that make sense.
Exactly. Got
Facts.
to make sense. If it don't, yet
Facts.
this three Israelite sleepy weepy, he don't do nothing for his kids. You allowed that behavior, and now you want to take down this good
And
man.
first of all,
Like,
I wouldn't
girl,
have never in my life allowed any woman, because I wouldn't have did it, to do that to my kid's
mhm.
father. No
Yeah, me
way.
neither.
I would
Me
have
neither. I said the
never,
same thing.
never allowed no motherfucking shit like that in my life. No matter what he did to me. I'd have went to counseling, I'd have healed, I'd have did shit the appropriate, the right way. Now what I would say,
Yeah.
and I have a platform, if I want to come out and share my story on my own, maybe 2 years or 3 years down the road, I would do that to help another woman. But just giving another woman power to dog my children's
Exactly.
father out on social media, that would have never happened.
Yeah, that's what I've been struggling for so far. It's like you may not get along with him. He is a complete idiot, ass, whatever. That's still your child's father. Oh my
Because
God.
Brianna got to
That's the part that
understand.
bothers me.
You said
Yes.
that, Brianna, you
Oh my
saying
goodness.
your people are saying they love your daughter. But how the fuck can they love your daughter when they out here and you allowing them to dog out the truth every
Thank
day?
you.
And then not only
Exactly.
that, fucking this man brand up. Okay? So
Hmm.
if this man
Hmm.
can't make money, how he gonna pay you child support with your greedy motherfucking ass?
Right, that part. She's
Hmm.
so she just oh my
Hmm.
God. I cannot. That's what I've been saying. Like, that's still a little child. That is your daughter's father. Can't even make this up.
I would have let nail bitch fucking dog my baby father. I don't
No,
give a
no,
damn.
me
If
neither.
we was together for 50 years and we broke up, it is what it is. I
Right.
need to heal, so I'm going to heal. Okay? But I
Yes.
know a lot of women, they went through breakups and stuff like that, and they waited to heal and they came out and told their story, to help other women with their story, but not to per se dog the baby father out.
Right.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't like that at all. I never liked it that. It's
Hmm.
just
I
that's
think it's
horrible.
terrible,
It
D. I think
is.
we gotta now understand that this thing is on a different level as far as demonic.
Mm.
You gotta
Yeah.
understand that we've already been covered this thing for 2 years, over 2 years now, and still we're here talking about this
Mm.
marriage. This girl Brianna has set out to destroy this brother Latrue. That's why I try to tell him on the last live I did that he's gonna have to get some legal help, and he's gonna have to really see it through. You can't just play with these type of women. This
Right.
Yeah.
woman don't care nothing about this man. Her pain and
Hmm.
suffering is so bad. I mean, Latrue said all the time. He's like, Brianna, you're hurting. You're in pain.
Yes.
He said all the time, but he doesn't realize that that has turned into scorn behavior. Like
Yeah.
this woman
Yeah.
so scorned, brother,
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
she's trying to stress you out to where your anxiety, stress will kill you, or
Yes.
or
Mhm.
until you don't have no means of income. She
Yeah.
don't, and she's
Yes.
trying to wipe this brother up off this planet. I'm trying to tell you,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
this girl is vicious. She's
Yeah.
vicious.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. He wasn't as strong as he was. You know,
And
it's playing
again,
on
that's
his
why I
hand.
say Robert don't know he's dealing with a narcissist. He does not
That girl is
know
vicious.
that.
He don't know. He don't know.
That
And I'm
girl's a pit bull. She's a pit bull, baby.
and I know he heard people talking about it, but in his mind, he like, ain't nothing. Yes, it's something, man. It's serious. We had a guest speaker on the show, and he told things about that.
Hmm
So, this is real. This is not a game.
It's
You
not,
know,
Lisa. I think
it's not a game.
he's gonna have to do what he really don't. That's what Denise we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Is that
push the
I don't
button.
think he wants to see that girl without her children, and you
Yeah,
can tell that he's doing
yeah,
everything he can to not take it there. But
right.
brother, you either gonna have to either
Well, you gonna
go
be
ahead and fight this girl legally, or you gonna have to just get off of social media and just understand that's who you're married to, and just
yeah.
leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't make sense not to go through this,
Right.
and you know you're going through it.
And you got the power, the paper. You got it.
Mhm.
Got it. That will
Mhm.
shut her. And see, narcissists, when we have to do shut them down, they don't like that. But so what? You got to show her. You don't know she enough. She's playing games with your child. Enough already. So you can't keep saying, oh, she doing this, she doing that, but you allowing her to do that. You allowing
Uh
her to
huh.
take your power. You allowing her to do that. And they vindictive. They are. They
Yeah.
not nice people at all. They smear camp everything. So it's like the bottom of the barrel with her. Straight up.
Mhm.
You gotta do your thing.
Lord, I ain't never seen nothing like that. That bitch she's
Mhm.
a monster.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she is. She
Yeah.
is.
That's a monster. I
She
fucked that
is.
bitch up in real life. She come at me like
Oh,
for real,
I
for real.
know that's right.
Shit,
She
that bitch
is.
wants to stand chance with me face to face. I don't
Yeah,
play that shit. I don't play that shit. You talking shit to me? Like I don't play that shit.
yeah.
Yo, if she had kids by one of my sons, she would
Oh,
have never did none of that shit to my motherfucking sons. I
uh,
promise you.
yeah. No, that's right. Huh.
Yeah, she's
Hmm.
something now.
I ain't
But
never
she,
played
but,
by
she, but
it.
the brother just gonna have to
Yeah.
see something through. He's gonna have to, whether he like it or not. And I think Denise is 100. He's
Mhm.
gonna have to stay on the court's plan as far as the 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 layout that they gave him to pick up his child. It doesn't make sense to trust her one day and the next day she's
Right.
penalizing you based on something you didn't do as far as what's in black and white. So you're gonna have to just stick with the plan. I know it's gonna be tough, and I know he gonna miss dates that may roll on the days where he got his daughter, and and I just think you're gonna have to for the first 4 or 5 years, suck it up.
Mm-hmm.
Suck it up. I remember when I went through my divorce, and it took only one day for me to realize that my ex-wife at the time was trying to find herself or whatever she was doing. And the first weekend, um, I think what I won't say it's the first weekend, but one of the weekends I've called, checked on my kids, and I realized I had a 14-year-old at the time, 15-year-old. I had a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Hmm.
And then I called and spoke on and asked what called the kids, check on them, and they told me everybody I spoke with, well, who I spoke with, everybody he told me that everybody was in 4 different places, 4 kids, 4 different locations. I said what? And I know your mother had left out of town, but I said where y'all at? He was like, I'm over here with my homie. The Danae's, my daughter, Nene, she's over with her friend, and the other two, one was being in somebody else's house being watched, and the other one was somebody else's house being watched. And I said, get out of here, you
Hmm.
know. And I said, okay, because I was in a mindset, okay, I'm single, I'm about to do me, I'm about to go and enjoy my weekends and have fun. But when I got off the phone with them, I said, hell to the no, I'm not doing me. I made a conscious decision that every weekend I'll get my kids. Every
Right.
weekend. And I mean, I did it faithfully for almost 3 years. Faithfully. My
Mm-hmm.
kids were 17, 18 by the time, my oldest two, by the time I stopped doing it.
Right.
And my oldest one, my youngest one's 8 and about 5 by that time. So I faithfully, and I think even after that, I still was getting them almost every weekend. Especially the little ones, getting them every weekend. Um, because I realized that somebody got to be the adult in this situation. Somebody's gonna have to compromise. Somebody's gonna have to sacrifice, and I just chose to do it. It didn't take nothing. It was just okay. That's what we're doing. Okay, let me switch this thing up immediately. And so I think in Latruth's case, he's gonna have to lay the law down. He's gonna have to stand on business when it comes to this woman he's dealing with. He's got to do it.
Yes. Yes,
Because he's
absolutely.
He's got to do it.
to. That's what he's doing.
You know, if you don't
He's
want
still
to,
trying.
he's gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it, no doubt. Because and you know what? It's not gonna get better. He
Mm-mm.
may think it's
Nah.
gonna get better.
Mm-mm.
Not dealing with a narcissist is not gonna get better.
Right.
Mm-mm. It's not. That girl is out of control,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and now she want to keep this relationship secretly hidden off the. She want to go out the radio with this relationship right here.
Right.
She don't want nobody to know. She don't want nobody to know when she had a
Mm-mm.
baby, when the due date, which I don't give a damn about none of that any
Well, well,
goddamn way.
well, well, she got a. You got to remember, Johnny Boy got her on the NDA. Okay, so a lot of the things she's really restricted. That's why when you seen her go in on him subliminally, I don't know if she ever said his name, but we all knew that she was talking about him. And the next day she came back and
Mm-hmm.
had to do the apology video because she knows
Right.
that she signed some paperwork not to bash that man based on his career. His management team made her and his mother made her sign this NDA because they didn't want what was done to Robert done to him. And
And you know what? He's so
yeah.
stupid because I wouldn't even want to be with her. Because look what you just said. The management company made him do that, right? So why would you even want a woman that did this to her ex-husband, but you sat there and you helped her do this shit. But now you don't want it done to you. But now you're trying to protect yourself after you helped her destroy her daughter's father. But you sit here and act like you so in love with Momo, picking up, laughing, all this shit with
Yep.
her. But how could you do this? And that is his fucking daughter. Make that shit make
Yep.
fucking sense.
Yep. He's not a nice dude at all. A
Facts.
list. Nothing. D list. Actor.
Mm-mm-mm.
Playing all in that baby face. That's not right at all. As I said,
And
them
then
women
another
so
thing, they're gonna say Robert didn't come to Momo graduation. So let me just speak on that. Robert didn't even know nothing about Momo graduation. Brianna never told Robert about Momo graduation until he seen it online. Okay? So what did her people do? Dog Robert because of that.
sure
Okay?
did.
But
Yeah.
she didn't post the first baby father didn't come to his fucking son's graduation. Ain't nobody said a motherfucking thing about that.
They too one-sided. That's the problem. They don't want to see nothing. They have it in their mind. That's the way they are. It's just I don't know.
The first baby father damn sure didn't go to that boy graduation at all.
Mm-mm.
And
No.
Robert didn't even know about Momo graduation. He said he didn't know anything. And they're gonna say, well, if he was involved in the school would have told him. Well, motherfucker, the motherfucking parents should have told him before the motherfucking school. Make that make sense.
Hmm.
The parents should have told him at first.
Right. He ain't say nothing. He ain't. This is what we dealing with. What Robert's dealing with. He's not a nice person. Oh my goodness. I just pray that. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, baby. This shit is crazy.
Yeah. She thinks she's just not. You're not dealing with a full deck. You just ain't.
No,
Right.
her elevator stop at 2.
Right.
Yes. That shit is just crazy. That shit slow as a motherfucker, the elevator.
Stuck between floors.
Well, listen, Miss D. I'm gonna get ready to drop down.
Yeah, I'm ready to get off too.
I'm gonna go listen in on upper echelon. Um, and listen to some of her live before she gets off, because I know she don't go long. So, um, and I'll be back, y'all. It was fun. I enjoyed this conversation. I look forward to many more over here with Miss D. And this was a great live, and I enjoyed myself. So let's
Right.
get back
Yeah.
to it, y'all. Let's get back to it.
Yep.
Okay, I love you, DM, and I will see you later. And thank you for
Okay.
coming up. I appreciate you.
No problem. No
All
problem.
right.
Okay,
All right, Miss Lisa. Talk to y'all.
Okay.
okay,
All right.
everybody. Thank y'all for timing in. This was a great live. I appreciate y'all so much, so much. Y'all know I won't be back until Monday. Y'all know I have my Saturdays and Sundays off. I'll probably drop a little video or something like that, maybe Saturday or Sunday or something like that. So I definitely appreciate everybody for sticking it out. I know some people probably left the chat because I don't know, some people work today and they probably was tired, but it's okay. It's all good. You know,
Right. Hmm.
I understand it. And again, y'all, anybody can always buy me a coffee. I don't have to be live for that or whatever. It doesn't matter. And I love you guys. I see you guys. But I'm gonna start doing some more day lives. I'm gonna just see what the weather and stuff going to be. Thank you, Brittany. And stuff like that. I didn't get my lives up completely during the day. But I know a lot of people not come on at night too, so I'm gonna switch it up, like do some days, do some nights, and stuff
Oh,
like that.
that's
So
cool.
yeah, I'm gonna do some stuff like that. So I will definitely see you all on Monday. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Stay prayed up out here in these YouTube streets,
Girl.
baby. And always remember to keep God first. Always.
Amen. Good night, chat. Good night, Miss D. Love
Good
you,
night.
girl.
Good night.
All right.
I'm gonna
Later.
sleep tired.
Okay. All right.
So good night, Auntie. Good night. Good night. Good night. Everybody's left in the chat. Good night. I'll definitely see you guys on Monday morning. You all have a blessed weekend. Peace and love. Good night.